Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into round number 13 of the 2026 Underground RC Supercross Championship live here on Start Your Systems. I am Kellen Brower, joined in the booth this week by Andrew Wood to call the action from the Nashville Supercross. It's maybe the party round atmosphere of the season. Very excited to see what happens this weekend, of course, but this week we got a race to run in MX Simulator. We got a close East title fight. We got a 450 championship that Seth Carr is trying to really put a bow tie on in the closing 5 rounds of this series. And we also got a cool racetrack to watch these guys go at it here tonight, Andrew Wood. So I'm excited. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited for the track. Big sand section, I hope kind of develops a lot throughout the night, and we'll kind of see how that's going to affect the racing. But I'm really excited for this East Coast Championship. Should be really close. These guys have been going back and forth the last few weeks.
Yeah, East Coast is close. The 250 West Championship wrapped up last week with Cash Woods clinching the title 5 rounds early, but really 2 rounds early for West at the East-West Showdown. And Jake Spieth inched closer, I should say, to our points leader, Braden Tharp. It is now 1 point in it between Tharp and Spieth as we head into the final 4 rounds of 250 East. The momentum has been swinging for sure. Tharp has been really good through the start of the season. Spieth seems like he has been able to roll things back in his favor. So who do you think has the upper hand coming into Nashville?
Yeah, I think so Spieth took advantage of that Triple Crown and really was the round before that, and then Tharp was able to kind of bring it back at the Triple or at the Showdown. So honestly, though, 4 rounds left, I think that we need to see Spieth rebound here tonight, because Tharp is the one that had the momentum, had one bad race, and then brought it right back. I think Spieth needs to kind of put his foot down here and stop the bleeding and see if he can retake that red plate from him, because there is a lot of championship left.
There is a lot of championships still. We still got 100 points on the table for these guys to go after, and it's going to be fun to watch them every step of the way. Well, qualifying has already commenced here tonight for round number 13, and we'll take you guys there right now to our fastest qualifiers in the 450 class. 1 hour of qualifying done, and it is Seth Carr, your points leader, up on top at a 50.929, only runner in the 50-second range. Wyatt Grant, Seth Shirley, Walter Gebhardt, and T-Lang up inside of the top 5. Now, where is the 2? Well, Braden Carter, 12th here tonight for the 4-time Supercross champion in the 51.906 range. How about our current champion, Colby Eaglin, 27th for the 1. He has won a couple races over the past month or so, but 27th for the champ seems like a pretty low billing there for the number 1 machine.
Yeah, it's really weird. I guess different track designer this week, so that could come into play. Maybe a little bit different than what these guys are normally expecting, what they've been riding all year, and it's who can kind of adjust to this racetrack and make those moves. I mean, it looks like Seth Carr had no trouble with it, so gonna see what these guys can do. Maybe they just had a really bad qualifying, couldn't get down that one lap or maybe one tricky rhythm section that was the difference. And these guys will have a little bit of time before they start their heat races to hopefully figure that out, get some good racing here tonight. Look who's going to be on the bubble, Devin Ryan of BPC. So last one in for the heat races tonight. Let's see if he can make it into the main event. He's been struggling a little bit this year.
Just sneaks it in, and that shows you how close it is. A 53.7 is your cutoff when a 50.9 is the top time. So you've got to be within that 3-second range to even make it in. Hey, how about this? Your reigning 250 East champ, Cade Matherly, goes fastest here tonight, 52.6. Spieth second, Tharp third. They're right there in the mix. But tell you what, Andrew Wood, we really haven't seen much of Cade Matherly in this East Championship. He's had a few good rounds, really nothing to write home about, but fast qualifier, could he maybe come out and sneak a win in and play spoiler?
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're Spieth or Tharp, you're a little happy that there's someone else there, because you need someone to get in between you guys to kind of maximize the points on the weekend. Tanner Rogers has been looking really good with some good starts as well, but if Cade can get those starts nailed down, Spieth and Tharp are going to be or one of them is going to be happy, one of them is going to be mad. Right now, they're both looking at a chance to have someone play spoiler. They just don't want it to go the wrong way and them be the ones that have the bad experience from it.
Absolutely. So they're going to try to mind their manners and just collect as many points as they can here tonight. We'll scroll down to the bottom and see where our cutoff time is for our 250 East Division. 56.750 out of Jace Williams. Looks like it is going to just sneak him in. So 52.6 to 56.6, about 4-second gap between our top runners. I want to go take a look at our standings here before we load in for this first heat race. Just about ready to get going. Again, Seth Carr, 42 points clear, 44 ahead of Braden Carter. Unless these guys do something dramatic in these final 5 races, really we need something gnarly to happen to Seth Carr for him not to win this title. But as we mentioned, this 250 East title, it's close. 1 point in it between Tharp and Spieth. Spieth trying to get the ball rolling and get back in the winner's circle here tonight in Nashville. So here's a look at our racetrack and overhead view before we head into the heat races. And what does this racetrack provide for us here tonight, Andrew Wood?
I think I like the rhythm section, or the rhythm section after the whoops leading into the sand. That seems like it's going to be really fun because those high-speed whoop section, we're going to see people blitzing those, but then have to get themselves settled in for a triple, double, looks like, into the corner. And then also the sand section, how it's going to develop. I feel like seeing those inside lines, there's kind of an inside jump line, or you can go to the outside and just berm blast and rail around. But I do think it's going to be tricky too. On the far side, you've got 2 rhythm sections with the finish line there. Not too much in it, I feel like, on the rest of the track, but we'll have to see how it kind of breaks down, even off the start when they go over the berm into that first rhythm section. See who can just kind of really take advantage of a good qualifying, good gate pick, and hug up the inside on that first corner and try to get themselves out front and check out from the field.
Yeah, what do you think of these over the backside of a berm first turn complexes? I mean, it's kind of tough. You're trying to U-turn, you're going uphill at the same time. Could lead to some front tucks tonight, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, that was also my biggest weakness when I raced was just turning on flat ground in general. So then you're going kind of off cambered and then dropping in. It just provides one more spot where someone can go down or make a mistake ahead of you too. So if you're not in the top 3 or 4 off the start, you're just setting yourself up for a little bit of failure. It's also weird because most of the time, the rhythm that you're doing off the start is a different rhythm than what you're going to be doing after you're railing the berm every other lap of the race. So you only do it once compared to the other 15 times you ride the track. And it's just a little bit less experience depending on if you're on the inside, outside. And we could see a lot of people making mistakes in that first rhythm and not being able to separate themselves or even causing pile up. So yeah, not my favorite.
Yeah, definitely going to be tricky to see, and we'll get our first look at it here in just a few moments as we get ready to go racing 250 heat number 1 on the gate. Thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you are enjoying the show wherever in the world you are watching from. How about we just do this? Let's start off the evening program with where's everybody watching from. Hit us in the chat, whether it's your state, your hometown, or your country. Always cool to see where y'all are watching from around the world. Round 13 here of Underground RC Supercross. All right, 250 Heat 1 coming at you. Top 9 transfer to the main event. Everybody else headed to that dreaded last chance qualifier. It is a 6-minute plus 1 lap affair, and we will be waving the checkered flag and sending some people to the main events here tonight in Nashville. So let's get those revs up, everybody. Time to go racing here in the Music City. Let's drop the gate in Nashville. Oh, it is on into turn number 1. A lot of chaos. And it's Dylan Bollinger, the 70, up the inside, who gets a hole shot. Cody Wells, Steven Short, Frank Jackson, Lawson Dye all up in the mix as into the race lead goes the Cody Wells machine on the 60. SwapMotoLive.com, KTM out front, and he's off and running with this thing, Andrew Wood.
Yeah, so these two separating themselves a little bit because we saw some riders go down in the back. You see him doubling into the inside of the sand right there, then rolling, doubling back to the inside, trying to protect the inside, and hopefully we'll see some different options there. But Cody Wells, man, taking advantage of a great first drive through that rhythm section, pulling up past Dylan Bollinger and leading the way here so far in this first heat tonight.
Getting a look at what these 250 guys can do on this racetrack as well, as there it is, that triple in over the backside of that 3 to then quad single up the inside, and Cody Wells is out front scot-free. It's Bollinger, Tyler Valentine, Carl Novak, and then flipping off the track and landing it was Steven Short in the background. Nice save, but he's going to lose a transfer spot. Outside looking in. Looks like Beckstead moved up ahead of him, and I think he's up to 6th now. We got some guys moving around. There's Nerona up in here, McLaughlin as well, Steven Short. Jake Spees also in the mix right here is actually in 10th, so he is trying to fight his way in, and outside looking in right now, but 10th not too bad after one lap here.
Yeah, he's in the title fight, though. I mean, look at that. 2 more spots right there, taking advantage of being a little bit better in the whoops than the rest of the field. So try to just pull up and make some easy passes when you can, but got to keep it on 2 wheels because he is fighting for a gate pick. And his championship competitor, Tharp, is in the other heat. And if he goes out and wins that and makes it faster, he could have a way better gate pick going into the main event than Jake Spees. So I do think I want to see him move up at least into the top 3 or 4 instead of sitting back here in 8th place right now where he's at. But let's just watch for some clean rhythm sections. Keep nailing that.
Wait, he's down. That was a weird crash. Front end wash up the face of that, maybe?
Yeah, it almost looked like he got into the back of the rider ahead of him, but I don't think so unless there was some lag issue there.
Maybe.
But Jake Spees now having to fight from behind again, 11th place right now. Yeah, he's got to honestly get himself. He's the one chasing in the championship. He's got to settle himself down and can't have a disastrous race here.
Back to our leader, Cody Wells out front, 3 seconds to the good, and he is cruising. Shout out where everyone's watching from tonight, man. Michigan, Fayetteville, North Carolina. We got New Zealand, Indianapolis, Washington, Virginia, France, another Washington. We also got Germany, Nashville, Texas, Fort Walton Beach, Florida, St. Louis. Everyone up in the house. Someone says they're watching from North Korea. I highly doubt that. We also got Aaron Harrington, who put his exact coordinates in the chat. So shout out to Aaron Harrington letting us all know where he's at right now. Tyler Valentine in the 2 spot. Bollinger slipped back to 3rd in a fight with Hunter Ash, who was coming forward. Looks like they almost just got together. Steven Short now rounds out our top 5 with McLaughlin in 6th. Ryan Rich in the 7th spot. Quentin Hallam in 8th. Getting passed up, though, as Ryan Cheesecake Chowsey goes by. And we also got Spees back here in 10th. He's trying to fight his way forward. He's actually going to jump over top of Quentin Hallam and make it in. So Spees goes through. Ryan Chowsey goes through. And, hey, Ryan Chowsey, remember, he was right in this title fight. 44 points back. Suddenly, life comes at you quick. But he certainly has the raw speed to win these races, Andrew Wood. And if he can start firing on all cylinders, even 44 points is not necessarily impossible in these short championships.
Yeah, that was ballsy move right there. You got to start making some smarter moves, though, when you are, in these heat races or the main events. And maybe it's because of the fact that he's been doing more moves like that throughout this championship that he's kind of fallen so far behind. I feel like a lot of times we talk about the race sense of the people and how they ride when they're back in the pack, and some guys just rush it a little bit too fast and maybe going for rhythm sections that they don't have the drive for, or a spot that's not actually there. But he's got company with Spees right behind him right now, but both these guys are in a transfer spot.
Ooh, doubles.
They both had the double because Spees was right behind him and checked up. I don't know if there's a reason, but Spees blocks Nerona from getting by and holds on to that final spot.
Yeah, Nerona was trying to get into that spot. Jack Atlin's right there. Lawson Dye also hanging out right there as well. For those that have zero clue about this, Lawson Dye, my guy right here, the District Designs 472. Colt Nichols mechanic. IRL on the Twisted Tea Suzuki team. So shout out Lawson Dye. Good to chat with him at the races every once in a while when I get a chance to. But man, this fight is so interesting because Spees, you would have thought, would be able to charge forward a little bit better than he has. He's working with Chowsey to move their way up, but they still haven't made a pass just yet. Ryan Rich is right in front of them. Tyler Valentine ahead of that. They're going at each other as Valentine lays it down. Is that going to be a freebie spot for Jack Gatlin? It is. He goes by and he's bringing Lawson Dye with him. Nerona is right there as well. So now the bubble spot is Jack Gatlin, and he's got a host of guys right behind him still.
Yeah, these guys are in a battle here to the death. I like that inside roller line with the rut before that triple. Allows these guys a different option if they want to go inside and protect. Looks like they got into it right behind them. Nerona and Lawson, I don't know who really made that move to make contact, but Nerona gets the short end of the stick there. Lawson Dye still sitting one spot out here, but just 2 seconds back as Cody Wells is checked out at front. So this battle that we're watching back here for like the 5 through 10 spots, this is the best race on the track with how close these guys are here. But Jack Allen needs to get back on his horse, man. He's blowing ruts and stuff like that, so you got to watch out because Lawson Dye looks like he's on the move.
He is. Lawson Dye is certainly coming up here, and he'll get there before you know it. Time about to expire, so 2 laps to go right now for these guys on the track. Quick shout out to M Moon 427 on Twitch, using that Prime sub for his 6th month in a row. Thank you so much. Again, if you got Amazon Prime, it's free over on Twitch to sub up with your Prime account, so shout out to M Moon for that. He's watching in Arizona tonight. We also got people over here from Charlotte, North Carolina, Minnesota, Maryland, Jacksonville, Florida, Australia, Shingle Springs, New York, as Jack Gatlin goes down, Idaho, Japan, St. Louis. Tim Thompson's watching up in the sky, 34,000 feet high. Love to see that as well. Awesome job by all these people tuning in every single week.
Ooh, Ryan Rich down out of a transfer spot too. Is Gatlin going to get back in? Let's see. He remounts. Wow, Gatlin lost enough spots to where that fall-off crash just brought him back. So Valentine is now 1 spot out. Rich 2 seconds up. I checked that guy's coordinates, Kellen. He's actually watching from your mom's house.
Oh, man. Good to see that someone's there on my mom's birthday. Shout out 66 years young today.
Because you weren't there for her. This guy had to go take care of her while he was watching the race.
We got some sim racing to call. I'm going to go see my mom and hang with her tomorrow night. But yeah, shout out to my mom, 66 years young today. Always very supportive of us. And she used to just listen. She'd hang out outside the room when I was still living at home calling these races. And she'd just have her ear up against the door listening. So maybe she's tuned in tonight. And love my mom. So thanks so much for the support over the years. Hey, up front, by the way, shout out Cody Wells getting the job done in this heat race. 11 seconds to the good. It's going to be more than that because Hunter Ash just laid it down. I think he's still in second, 17 seconds back.
These guys are checked.
Steven Short is going to get third. Bollinger fourth. Jake Spieth gets all the way to fifth ahead of Noah McLaughlin, Ben Nerona, Ryan Rich. Lawson Dye is in the transfer spot. Wow, Ryan Chelsea's absolutely warmed his arm up and thrown this thing away here on the final lap. Lawson Dye looks like he's going to get in. Defensive inside line before the finish line jump should be good.
Ooh, it's going to be close.
Chelsea's going to try to get there, but it's going to be too little, too late. And Lawson Dye makes it in, and after cuts, it looks like it'll stay that way. Wow.
Great ride by him. Also, shout out Colt Nichols. His Pulp Show interview was just awesome. He's just got such a good attitude. So.
He does.
Love that guy. And good style. On the bike, off the bike.
He's probably the drippiest dude coming into the track every day.
100%. I mean, yeah, he's the one who started the walk-ins. And then all these other, I feel like the younger 250 kids, some of them are leaning into it a lot. But he definitely was the one for years, I feel like. And then everyone's like, oh, I can dress up and look good. I just don't got it like that, though. Hey,
shout out my guy Hachi 306. I think that's Aaron Hachi.
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure Mikey used to say Hachi done all the time. I remember that often. But yeah, Hachi back this week.
Clay Alfrey, they said, qualified, I'm assuming 450 class?
Maybe, yeah.
Coming out of retirement, so...
I forget who I was talking to, but somebody was telling me that Clay is dealing with an illness or something right now. So I hope things are okay for him. But yeah, if he is back, that's going to be awesome to see. Clay Alfrey, OG. Yeah, he's in this heat race actually. The 188 of Clay Alfrey is back.
Look at that 250 ripper trying to play spoiler in this championship. Let's see if he's got the skills.
Got the skills to pay the bills, does Mr. Clay Alfrey. Definitely OG Ripper was, I think, career number 15. Definitely national number 15 at one point.
Yeah, I remember him as that. I do also remember 188 as his 3 digits. So cool to see him running that same thing. But yeah, always low national numbers or career number. Just always ripping. See what Cade Matherly can do here. Can he get a start? He gets the first gate pick after that great qualifying. And then Braden Tharp will be second gate pick in this after that 3rd place qualifier. So see what can happen here, if someone can kind of play spoiler or if Tharp's just going to go out and dominate.
Yep, we'll see what happens in this heat race. And yeah, shout out Zoa Cross, a.k.a. my guy Crossweeze McGee. He was telling me about Clay Alfrey and dealing with that illness. So I guess his hands are feeling better. He's back to ripping in the game. So we'll see if he can rip it out here tonight in 250 heat number 2 coming at you. Also, shout out to Gavin Roeder, 854. Met you at St. Louis. Proper guy right here. The Buck 99. Thank you so much for the support, Gavin. Good to run into this weekend as well. Honestly, the people in St. Louis really showed up. I met a lot of people this weekend, shook a lot of hands, signed autographs this weekend. I literally signed autographs this weekend.
For sim kids, fans, or?
No, actually, the autograph I signed was for an older foreign woman and her daughter. that apparently is like they're huge LVK fans.
Nice.
And her daughter's like 10 or something and listens to LVK. So my apologies that I
what do
probably
they think
cussed a
about
little bit too
Lewis?
much
Did
in
they
there.
want a Lewis?
No, they did.
autograph?
They met Lewis. Lewis signed autographs with them as well. So shout out. I did not get her name, but shout out to her and her daughter. That was really cool.
If you were only getting 1 or 2 autographs, you got to remember the name, Kellen.
I know. I should have remembered her name. That's my bad. But
Let's have more people stop you at races though for autographs. I mean, award-winning LVK
award-winning
is going
lately
places.
for sure. Definitely award-winning. People are really stoked lately.
Yeah,
on LVK.
there was one award that was either good or bad 2 weeks ago, and we'll take it. Hey, views are views. Any press is good press. Let's go, Kellen.
Absolutely. So, all right, here we go, folks. 250 Heat 2 coming at you. All right, let's see what happens with Tharp in this heat race. A little bit of a rough heat race for his guy Spieth on the opposite side of the coin in Heat 1. But Tharp, let's see how he does in Heat 2. It's off and running here in Nashville for the 250 boys. Let's go. Oh, man, that land rush into turn number 1. Tanner Rogers on the 50 trying to get there. Remember, he was your big winner last week in the showdown. Almost gets there first. It was Matherly up the inside who I think got a nose for the whole shot, but there is Tanner Rogers to the race lead. Out front, won his 4th career main event last week. Tharp was down in turn 2. I saw him going down. Yeah, he is down, buried in the back here.
Yeah, he's laid under all those guys. So there are 4 people behind him all the way back in 16th. Now moving up just a little bit. He's got some speed though, and he showed us that he can work his way through the field, especially in these heat races with some drama going on. That's your leader, Rogers, Tanner Rogers, that was down on that green Kawasaki, and so he's going to move past him now. Cade Matherly, after that second place start, is leading. Let's see what Braden Tharp can do in this pack right here. Trying to make some moves, but Boner Air Leclerc all over the place. Yeah, I didn't even see it because he was whipping the other way. Look at this. You got to watch out where you're tripling. I don't like this, Kellen. I don't like it at all.
Oh, man, where is he going? And he launches back onto the track over the berm. It's looking like the 405 freeway out here at 5 p.m. It's absolute chaos. People going everywhere. It's a log jam on the racetrack, and Tharp is still caught up in it. Oh, and then someone gets teed up in front of him, and he goes up to 10th place just like that. Rogers in the bubble spot right in front of him. Elliot Person trying to make his way through. Man, people are going down everywhere, and Tharp finally, he's going down. No, he's off the bike for good right there. So Elliot Person lands on him, and Tharp's going backwards. This is absolute pandemonium right now. I don't even know what to watch.
Everywhere, it looks like no one has disregard for anyone else on the track right now. That 10 to 15 battle was just insane. It kept getting worse as he worked his way up. We do got like a good little group up front as well, but man, we kind of are looking. There's some battles between the second and third place right here. Tyler Moore and trying to hold off Jared Gummison, who just made the pass. Now they're side by side over the triple right there. But yeah, it looks like both sliding out on that berm. It's because it's got like a different camber than the rest of them normally. So trying to make that pivot. Both stay up though, and Tyler Moore now has Joseph Pilsner and another group of riders right behind him trying to survive these whoops.
So we did hear, by the way, this week, new track builder behind the scenes getting some work done. I don't think that this is a reaction to people complaining about the tracks last couple weeks. I think this was always on the cards. But new track builder, so jumps are a little bit smaller than you might reckon to see normally. And the whoops also definitely something the guys are able to blitz a little bit easier here tonight, but still kind of difficult. So definitely changes things up just a little bit. And yeah, so there's the note. This is always planned. This is not a reaction, people. Not a reaction whatsoever. This is always planned. Calm down, everybody. But yeah, so this is why the track maybe looks a little bit different for you guys watching it at home here tonight. New track builder on hand for us, and kind of cool to see the different variations of styles as well. Like I almost liked in the old days, maybe you did, Naywood, when we had different track builders every week because it was kind of a rotation.
Yeah.
But, it kind of, I don't know. I feel like it kept it a little bit fresher.
Yeah, it was cool. I feel like there were some things that maybe Checkers did a little bit that maybe wasn't a fan of or were before their time, but different shapes, and every time you get it, I mean, we see a lot of these little ruts in like before on the roller before the Supercross triple, and then landing out of that rhythm to the inside. There's like a couple landing ruts there with a smaller inside, and I like it. It's kind of how the track would break down, giving you a little bit of a preview, but not overdoing it with how they're building the ruts. I haven't ridden them myself to see the exact difference with maybe the heights of the jumps, the spacing, the transitions, but I mean, stuff like that changes all the time in real life. That's what it was a talk of the show in St. Louis, that was something a little bit different. You always have Daytona and different different tracks. So I like it, and I think it's cool because it shows that you have to be good over the whole season, and not just because you figured out that this cookie cutter track is built the exact same way and you take advantage of it. So really cool to see these guys kind of adjusting to it. Braden Tharp, though, still not in a transfer spot. He's all the way back in 11th place, but I think maybe these whoops went to be a little bit easier and a little bit faster, and he's trying to push his limits still, Kellen, and he needs to back it off a little bit.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I watched Timur go through the whoops there that time by, and like it was just smooth, consistent, no rush, no crazy line in and out of them. Just hit the top of every single one and get all the way through them, and then you can rile it up and get that triple out after and stuff like that. But yeah, if you're Tharp, things are coming at you quickly here, and he's still got some time to go here. 3 seconds up the road to try to run down Dustin Garrett, the privateer program. Actually looks like that gap has already come down a little bit. 216 machine in P9 right now. If you're Dustin Garrett, oh, that's going to help him right there. As Tanner Rogers was down, he gets up and goes into Tharp. Tharp's able to go by. Now Nick Casella gets up right behind them, and I think Rogers is on the bubble spot. But yeah, Tharp lucky right there to not go down twice.
Yeah, especially those guys narrowly avoiding it. But when you see two riders down in one corner and you can't avoid it, that is just like a gift from the gods right there. Nice and easy way to pick up 2 spots and move yourself back in a transfer position as well. So trying to work his way up a little bit further towards Dustin Garrett. It looks like he's settled down a little bit. I mean,
maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, as he wheelies the last 4 whoops there. But the problem that I think has been always kind of consistent with Tharp is that he's one of those guys. We talked about Braden Carter earlier, Payson Johnson, that like they don't really know when to just bring it back a couple percent. And he's missed a main or gotten close to it, already this year. So just got to make sure, get through to the main event, then worry about going fast later.
Yep, so Tharp is starting to dial it in just a little bit more, but I'll tell you who's really dialed in right now is our race leader, Cade Matherly. White flag about to come out for the 1. This looks like Cade Matherly of last year right now, Awood. I don't know what's gotten into him this week specifically. Maybe he put a little bit more time into the game, but he looks absolutely fired up to go try to get a win here tonight, and he's certainly looking like he wants to play spoiler maybe in this championship hunt. Yeah,
it could be a little bit of the track, but depending on no matter what it is, Kellen, that he's gelling exactly, he's going to play spoiler with these guys, especially if Tharp gets a bad gate pick and maybe a bad start later on. I mean, it wasn't the best qualifying either from Jake Spieth, so Matherly going to go out there, try to take away. It's really good if he can get between the two for whoever benefits, but if he goes out there and takes that top spot, and then these guys only get at most a 2-point difference between their finishes, that really, really hurts those guys in the championship. And you don't want someone to come out and just win a race when you could have hopefully had it, and he's on fire. So awesome to see Cade Matherly back this week.
Just absolutely crushing these boys in this heat race. 16 seconds to the good. The 1E on top. Cade Matherly wins 250 heat number 2 here in Nashville. These two, by the way, have been fighting tooth and nail all the way to the flag here. Tyler Moore's got P2. Joseph Pilsner wants it.
Braden Tharp had crashed out of a transfer spot, so he is now in 11th place. And I don't think he's going to get it. Tyler Moore holds on to second place in front of Pilsner. Let's go back and check out where Braden Tharp is. 2 seconds back off of the 9th place transfer spot, so he needs a miracle here. One rider down over the berm.
Is there going to be one more before the checkered flag? He is in 10th. Could he even get there on penalties if he just gets it close enough? He's going to swing wide, and look at that up ahead. Ryder Carnine blew the corner, and Tharp triples over him to get in by a nose. Unbelievable, and it does get confirmed to 4/10 to the good. Wow, Tharp by the skin of his teeth is in the main. That is absolutely unbelievable for Ryder Carnine.
Is that
Devin Cook misses out? Elliot Person also going to the LCQ.
That's what we call a PayPal right there. I think he said, "Hey man, blow this corner. I'll send you some money. Let me get in." Actually, I can't even joke about that because it's happened before. So they always joke like in Trackmania and stuff like, "Oh, PayPal," because someone messes up right before the finish and you get in. Man, crazy. I honestly. Is it bad that we had so many like blown out championships? I just want some more drama, and I was hoping to see Braden Tharp go survive another LCQ. I'm not rooting for anyone, and specifically, I just want to see crazy racing.
I don't think that's bad. I mean, it's a fair assessment. You want to see a little bit more chaos going on in these races, a little bit more fun to be had as well. And yeah, I don't know. Like I think that's kind of a fair way of looking at it. So either way, Tharp does make it in, so he is going to be okay at least heading into the main event. We'll see if the main event changes his fortunes or not. 450 heat coming up next, and we got a question in chat.
I like that question.
Yeah, someone asked, live on the line, are you taking Villapoto or Dungey to win a race from last place? I mean, to be honest, I think Prime or now, I'm taking Villo.
I want to say Villapoto because he's also like one of my favorite riders, and Prime just insane raw speed. But the thing for me is, like, didn't Dungey do that in the mud? Kinda.
So
at Millville, or not Millville?
No.
At Southwick.
At Southwick, Dungey started almost a lap down and got 7th. So
yeah, I mean, like, that's pretty much like last to first. But RV's just like unreal raw speed. He's in my top of all time racers. So
yeah, like there's plenty of races.
What was RV's best ride? Nationals.
Well, to me, his best ride of his career was going 1-1 at Nations on a 250 at Bud's. But it's hard to quantify that because, like, I think that's the best he probably ever rode a 250 was that day. But he was against 450s, so you can't compare. Like, if he had like a 45-second lead over the 250s, then you could say, well, he could probably have come from last to first at that one. So
I mean, I always try to think of like hero rides. I do feel Villapoto would be my lean, but I mean, you got to think about that Dungey ride in the mud from almost a lap down at Southwick. And I mean, on that same note, I would take 2016 Millville Roxon, and that'd be like, if you gave me that, if I could pick like one ride, or the 2015 Tomac starts, like he did it 2 rounds in a row. So
yeah, no, I get it for sure. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could go, but
I love RV.
RV is just unbelievable. All right, here we go. It's time for 450 Heat 1 coming at you from Nashville. Who's going to get that all-important stats guy whole shot? We're off and running. Coming from the inside by the looks of it, the 2 of Carter is there. He's gone down, though. Carter is down. Up the inside comes Wyatt Grant, your 2 qualifier here tonight. Joey Carter goes by, but into the race lead goes the 103. Walter Gebhardt. His starts have come back around, and look at him go.
Yeah, it's funny. This top 3 has always been getting starts. Walter, Joey Carter, and Wyatt Grant. The problem is Walter Gebhardt's been fading and not being able to run that pace or making mistakes like that.
Oh.
Joey Carter into him. Wyatt Grant has to skip by, and he's going to get by nice and clean with J.R. Reyes up in the 2 spot, and Wyatt Grant has been fast lately. Let's see if he can show us some of the speed. Qualifying has been great, and some strong races lately from him. I don't know what's up with silver wheels, but come on, brother.
Not only has Wyatt Grant been fast, he was 1 lap away from winning his first career 450 main event last week. Rolled the finish line after he cross-rutted and got hit from behind, and he was not too thrilled after the race because of that lapped rider running into the back of him. He was probably going to lose the lead anyway and maybe lose the win, but either way, it didn't give him a chance to go after the race winner, which again was Colby Eaglin last week. So wants another redemption story here this week. He was so close to wins earlier this year in 250s, then eventually won the Glendale Supercross. Can he do it again here tonight in Nashville on the 450? J.R. Ray is up into the 2 spot behind him. Ryder Bednar, who's Wyatt Grant's teammate, is actually going to get into him. Grant was down in the sand, the same exact spot as we saw our leader 1 lap ago hit the deck. That was, of course, Walter Gebhardt. Now J.R. Ray is to the front. We're just playing musical chairs here in Nashville.
Yeah, I think that sand section is going to claim a lot of lives back and forth for those guys. They're all trying to do that jump to the inside, and it looks like it's easy to push your front. And maybe it'll get easier when the track gets broken down a little bit. Or I'm hoping that these guys will start in the longer races, like the main event. They start to go outside and build that up, and then we get 2 competitive lines because that inside is just claiming people left and right, but JRA is able to keep it on 2, but he's got company because Ash Deering is looking good, and he's been on fire the last couple weeks, improving every time we see him on the track.
Yep, the BPC mounted Suzuki rider right up there behind our race leader, J.R. Reyes. He's going to try to triple to the outside. Not too many people taking different options outside and inside here. It kind of seems pretty one line in and out of the sand, but Deering's trying some different stuff. Goes back to the inside here. Reyes swung out wide. Doesn't quite work just yet, but it's going to kind of lead this into what you think are the places on this racetrack that are even capable of seeing some passing opportunities out there.
Yeah, I like that inside route that Deering tried to take, especially once that gets broken down just a little bit. They'll be able to hit that corner faster. Small mistake from Reyes through there. Deering was closing up just a little bit, but still able to hold on because he got the quad cleanly. The 450s look a little bit better in that section. Now he's showing us some stees over the triple, so I like what I'm seeing from JR Reyes right here and Ash Deering. I mean, Ryder Bednar, too, keeping him in tow. Big mistake right there. Commentator's curse. I'm sorry.
Reyes went for the quad out of nowhere. I didn't even know that was a possible line to go 3-4, and he went for it and absolutely died. So Deering takes the lead, but now he's getting a little wayward entering the sand, and here comes Ryder Bednar. So Bednar on the TSCZ KTM's trying to get up there and mix it up with these guys. So trying to keep an eye on Braden Carter, I should say, down in 16th place, having a rough go of it out there. But these guys are just absolutely dogfighting out here. I don't want to go away from the leaders because it seems like it's changing every single lap. And now here comes Jax Lindsay trying to get into the mix from third.
Yeah, putting some pressure on him right here. Let's see who gets this rhythm section cleanly. Jax Lindsay goes triple quad and doesn't quad out, I think, because he was right in front of him there, so didn't want to jump on top of Bednar. Smart mistake, but showed us another quick line right there. I honestly think, Kellen, when I watched your lap, I thought this quad was possible here. It looked like you backed out of it. Jax Lindsay's going to show us he can grease it and make the pass into second place. He's looking amazing with some speed. Getting sideways in the whoops, though. And
Bednar had to land on the brakes. I think got a little sideways. Yeah, maybe some lag involved. They're giving Deering some breathing room, though. Now 2.7 seconds out in front as Lindsay overtakes Bednar for the 2 spot. Joey Carter 4th. Luke Sullivan rounds out our top 5 right now as J.R. Reyes dropped to 6th after his crash. Walter Gebhardt's back into 7th after his crash. And Wyatt Grant up into the 8th spot as well. Logan Leitzel now in our bubble spot right in front of Anthony Pachone and Jeff Cooper. And we got a stack up right there. Carter's in it as well. He got into the back of Castellaneta, I should say, on the 22. And you also got cutting across the line there, Anthony Pachone. So now it is Leitzel with a little bit of a gap to Hubbard, and all these guys going at it while Carter's still buried back here in 13th. He has not been able to make it in yet. Does he make it from here?
Yeah, we know he gets a little bit frustrated, and I think it's trickier because the deeper into the race, you have a little bit less experience, a little bit less playing time, but now your nerves are starting to get there, and you're getting upset with the riders around you. So Braden Carter needs to just take a deep breath and kind of lock in because we know he has the speed to get it done, but he's got to just get himself under control. I think it's more mental than his actual ability.
Look at that. He just got stacked up in that corner a little bit. Now he goes Mach 12 through the whoops.
Crazy.
Couldn't believe that he didn't try to go for the quad right there with the speed he was carrying, but backed out of the challenge. Oh, cross jump and absolutely sends. Who was that? Arnbrister. No place to go, and he gets launched over the berm.
You know what's crazy? I would penalize them for that, but I would protest someone in a heartbeat for that move, and I think that's the exact same thing I was just talking about. Is Braden Carter does not have the patience when he's back there. And I think that was kind of a bonehead move. Obviously, he's the one who stayed up for it, but that's a bummer for Armbruster, who was riding great and just got a shitty end of the stick because you just got screwed over by a bonehead move. I don't know, man. Carter
is still on his horse now, nailing that triple quad. He's right here behind Logan Leitzel, and let's see how much speed he carries through the whoops this time. Just cruising in right behind him, and he's getting there. Wyatt Grant is just in front of these guys, and who's that just went down? Was that it was Wyatt Grant down again? So second fastest qualifier. And now Carter gets into the back of Walter Gebhardt. This is for a transfer spot, and these two are teammates. I don't know what's going on right now, but Carter is in all kinds of weird situations, and now he's got to try to get around his teammate to get in.
Yeah, I mean, he's one spot out, but it is now the final lap, but I feel like he wouldn't be in this position without where he's put himself. Look at that. Is that 3 passes in one section? He's all the way up to 7th place. Leitzel was down, Walter Gebhardt, Bodie Parker, all those guys. So, man, Bodie Parker now on the bubble with Gebhardt sitting 1 out. But look at our leader, Kellen. He is ripping.
Not over out front, but here it is. Final lap coming to the checkers. Jax Lindsay gets the heat win here over Ash Deering, but then Deering gets it on cuts. Gets it on cuts. Joey Carter 3rd, Luke Sullivan 4th, Ryder Bednar 5th, Jacob Hubbard 6th. Braden Carter up to 7th, as we mentioned. Logan Leitzel 8th. He's dealing with Gebhardt still right behind him. And then Pachone. But these guys just stay on 2 wheels. Guys, come on. You're in a transfer spot. No need to go for the send here. It looks like they'll just batten down the hatches and make their way in.
Yeah, good for Gebhardt to almost like check up there for a second, too. Crazy. Some of these guys, they're following a lot more than I feel like they should be. Like when we saw that like 5-rider pile up in that inside rut, I'm losing 2 or 3 tenths all day long if I'm in a battle that tight just to go out to the outside and not be a part of that. And it's funny because we see it bite people. It would be cool to see like who was in that little pile up and then who didn't make it. But bummer ride for a couple guys here. Wyatt Grant, second fastest qualifier, whole shot the race, or pretty much did, along with J.R. Reyes, both not making it in. Cash Woods, Adam Holm, Branson, Castaneda, Cooper, Devin Ryan, Armbrister. Not even his fault. I think he just quit after that. But bummer. But great ride for Deering and Lindsay, man. They were fighting to the death.
Dude, it was a close fight to the end. And as we said, Ash Deering gets the lawyer win. I wonder if it'll be the first time he got it in this server, whether or not.
Is that a trophy?
Yeah.
They get?
Yeah, remember? On your server stats page? You get the lawyer wins. Yeah, very, very interesting indeed. All right, into 450 heat number 2 we go. Final heat race of the night before we head into our lovely last chance qualifiers. Of course, we'll see championship leader Seth Carr in this. We'll also see Colby Eagland in this as well. And remember, 27th in qualifying for the 1. Based on what we've seen in qualifying out of him tonight, and we know that he's not always necessarily the most hot lappy type of guy, but what would you look for out of Eagland in this heat race to maybe turn his fortunes around going into the night show?
I think just a good start, honestly. Get a good jump out the gate, and you got to get yourself in the top 3 or 4 on the start, maybe even just a clean first lap. I think if you can survive through exiting the sand, everyone's been spreading out enough by then. This second corner, though, before the whoops has been a struggle for a lot of these guys. So I think you just have to survive that first rhythm kind of, and then just settle into a flow. I think it's easy. If you get through that first lap, survive it, I think it's so much easier just to settle down, take a deep breath, and maybe not have to do a ride like we just saw Braden Carter do where he was freaking out.
Yeah, Braden Carter certainly biting his teeth there a little bit, and so too was, of course, Braden Tharp in his heat race, the 250 heat number 2 we saw just a little bit earlier. But now we get to see whether or not Seth Carr's night starts off on the right foot here as well. Evan Holt, Jeremy Siebold, Garen Hollenbeck, Max Wilczek, Devin Davis, got Hayden Stevenson, Seth Shirley, Colby Eagland, Johnny Padani, Devin Johnson, Caden Kepke, Chase Blakely, Dylan Delaire, Spencer Turley, Alec Horn, Jeremy Schiabro, Jack Mark, Caleb Hall, and Tyler Lang here in 450 heat number 2. Got the Jason Anderson lookalike, Chase Blakely out here just shred butting.
Yeah, buddy.
Trying to see if we got an
like
early
D Davis gear.
Early
and
look
Bendis.
Yeah, D Davis looking solid. A lot of Alpine Star stuff out there. Vibrant Thor stuff for Hayden Stevenson here tonight.
Sure, if I'm the biggest fan. 2 black, but clean.
Nice. Liat gear. Hollenbeck with the pink stuff. Ooh, double pits to Chesty.
That stuff is sick. One has been crushing it lately, too. Do you know who, like, in real life is their designer? Is it, like, a guy from another brand or something that, like, moved over? Because
I really don't, actually.
I feel like they've been crushing it. I thought I, like, heard something. I don't know if they poached someone or it was someone that used to design stuff when it first came out again. But awesome looks for the 1 boys, and going to be an interesting... This is a stacked heat race, Karen.
It is a stacked one, and it's even stackeder because Devin Johnson got added due to his lap being run during the quali time period, but their server did not register it for some reason. So he was actually booted out at UID grab, but they added him in as the 21st gate in this heat race. So we'll see him out there. Here we go, though. It's time to drop the gate. Final heat race of the night. Let's go in Nashville. Oh, great start. Alec Horn, his starts have been on the point here lately. And down in turn number 1 goes Seth Carr. The 6 machine is down. Alec Horn gets the start, but Johnny Tsunami up the inside is trying to go to the race lead. Horn says, no, thank you. I'm getting it. 37 machine out front over Seth Shirley. Whoa! Oh! And they're both down. Jumping into the race lead goes Max Wilczek as Padani goes up the inside, cuts through some bales. You also got trying to jump up the inside of both of them. Dylan Dallaire, he's all out of shape in the sand. Everyone's kind of getting stacked up, and they're all over the place here, A-Wood.
There's 8 people in that one corner. This is what happens when no one goes down in the first turn, and then luckily those 2 riders went down in a pocket where they don't jump into, so everyone else in this 450 race seemed to have a good start there. And wow, what a crazy tight field this is. It's going to be hard for any one of these guys to get away from the rest of the field. Wilczek with Dallaire right behind him. Padani's still there. And look at the rest of the field. That top 8 right there is super close. Wilczek is leading us around. Let's see if he can show any signs of speed and try to pull a gap, or if one of these other riders is going to catch him.
Look at that, going for the quad and getting it, as did Dylan Dallaire right behind him. Everybody else is starting to battle amongst each other for third on back as these two are sprinting away. Colby Eaglin's down at the end of the whoops. He got into Johnny Padani. He's not actually off the bike, but Padani is, and that's going to drop him out of a transfer spot. Tyler Lane goes to the bubble spot as D. Davis went by as well, but man, tough break for some of our top guys early in this one. Colby Eaglin off to a so-so start. He's 7th. But Carr's still having to try to fight forward in 13th.
Yeah, I think Padani is my lit kit, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah, it just looks so good from like further away. Just reminds me of like TLD, KTM. Blue and orange just go so good together. Look at that though. Got some competition there. As he jumps. Yeah, he's fighting the battle right now from behind, but trying to pull forward and get Tyler Lang for the final transfer spot. Losing touch just a little bit. I like how much these 450 riders are able to get this quad, Kellen, this big line here in this rhythm section, but they're all still kind of struggling in the whoops, especially when they're side by side in there. So got to watch out for that. Look at this quad up the inside.
Oh, and then crossing over and getting into the side of him was Noah Bindis. Also down, Spencer Turley. And Seth Carr went back down again. He's side by side with Devin Johnson in the whoops, 3 wide almost at the end of him there. Carr's got to try to lock this down a little bit, man. I feel like it's been a bit of a weird heat race for him with so many guys going down. He's still just up to 10th right now. Got a little bit of work still to do.
Yeah, he's been a little loosey-goosey. I feel like you can see it in the setup and maybe just the way he's riding, but I know he's always kind of loose, but he looks just a little bit extra on this track here. But trying to work his way past, I think Devin Davis was the one who went down in the sand, so gave him a little bit of an extra spot there. But still, 1 spot out for your red plate holder. And Kellen, we're going to need to see him miss a main and have a treacherous night for this championship to get kind of close with 5 rounds left. There's 1 more spot for him, so he moves up past Caden Kepke into the transfer spot. But got to keep an eye on him, man. See if Seth Carr can just stay alive.
What I like of what he's doing right now is he's not going for the big lines. He's not trying to do anything too crazy. He's just trying to get into a transfer spot and then work his way forward as Noah Bindis also goes down. So Kepke's going to get back into the bubble position. But Carr is moving up to 7th now around Dylan Dallaire. Dallaire goes down. Looks like Devin Johnson's going to hop back by as Caden Kepke goes down. Oh. More guys are just pirouetting in the sand all over the place. And now it is Devin Davis and Devin Johnson close together here, not quite side by side, in 8th and 9th. So they're in those transfer spots. We got a battle for the lead, though, up front. Wilczek just laid it down in the lead, and here comes Jeremy Seabold getting the triple behind him. Up the inside goes the 10, and your 2020 Supercross champ is out front here in Nashville.
Yeah, I wonder if they got into each other together. Wilczek goes for the quad when he doesn't have it. Honestly, you got to back out if you know you don't have it. I feel like the triple is still pretty high speed. It's crazy to see a Seth Carr is going to blow by him in the whoops. It's crazy that so many of these guys are making that mistake. I feel like you either know it or you don't with how you get the triple in, and maybe you're shifting gears. Wilczek makes another spot back there as he jumps over Tyler Lang on that Cowie, but I think that's Tyler Lang. But man, yeah, these guys are just you got to know when to back out of it, and I feel like so many of these guys just do they not have it right now? 250, 2.8s back to back for Seth Carr as he is a man on a mission, but fastest lap on the track last lap was battling Jeremy Seabold 52.6 in the lead.
Geez, Seth Carr from off track still went for the quad mid-rhythm section right there and pulled it together. I don't know how that happened, but he's up to 5th place. He's got himself about a 5-second gap to the transfer spot right now, so he's starting to get things rolling, and I just wanted to do at least one onboard lap before the heats are over so you guys can see what these guys are seeing on this racetrack. Oh my golly, quad double at the end of the whoops there for Seth Carr. I think he's starting to feel the flow a little bit there. Yeah. Andrew Wood.
Is that the first time we've seen it?
I saw it at the start of the heat race. Heat 1, someone did it.
You can also see, like, just from this onboard camera, how much of a kind of hook you can get jumping into the sand section now on the inside. As the race goes on, start about now into the main event. Yeah, fastest lap time by over a second compared to anyone else in this race. But as the race goes on, those ruts are going to develop, and someone like Seth Carr only gets quicker because that rut that they're all tucking the front in early in the race, he's able to jump into it, lay it over, and we got a battle for the lead as Evan Holtze, quad up the inside and takes it over nice and easy. That's how much faster that triple or the quad is than that triple single. You saw it right there.
Yeah, it could be the difference maker tonight if you can get that consistently in the main event. As Holtze jumps to the front, Seabolt, that inside rut just absolutely greasing for him, and he's now to a 2.5 lead. Carr also went by Eaglin, who looks like he may have gone down, so Carr's all the way up to 3rd as the white flag is about to come out for our leader. There it is, Evan Holt out front. Wilczek, Padani, Eaglin back here now behind Padani, then Lang, Dallaire, and Johnson coming down the start straight. So Devin Johnson is in a transfer spot. D. Davis is behind him. Battle of the OGs on the final lap. A Wood, a bunch of guys we're familiar with racing, trying to get in these main events out here in Nashville.
Yeah, Spencer Turley, the one outside looking in right now from a ways back, but crazy seeing these guys battle. Oh, Devin Johnson with a big mistake right there, so that's going to allow Devin Davis to go by, and then Spencer Turley, he's close on the move. I mean, he's got almost a full lap to go here, or half a lap to go, so looks like he can hopefully make some time up, but Devin Davis, settle in, use some easy lines here, and just keep it smooth. I think you got to focus smooth through the whoops, smooth through the sand, and you're winning this, or you're taking this thing home.
Meanwhile, up front, final straightaway, Evan Holt's going to win 450 heat number 2.
Battle for second.
Oh, Seabolt and Carr get together, and then Carr gets hit from behind, and he legs in transition going to the finish line jump. Padani goes by, Eaglin goes by, Lang, Seabolt, Dallaire. Now Carr gets going in 8th just as D. Davis is coming to the flag with Turley. Wow, that was really random. Carr goes from almost getting 2nd to 8th in this heat race, and Davis does hold on for the final transfer spot. That was really weird.
Yeah, we've seen some really checked out races from the 250 class, but then this 450 class, a little bit better starts, and it seems like everyone is just staying so close late in the race here, and we almost lost Seth Carr from the main event because of it. But man, he had to be freaking out right there when he went down the second time. Not sure what happened in that first move, but looks like someone got too aggressive, because there's only way you end up at the top of a berm with bikes laying on each other, and that's someone making a move they didn't have.
Well, shout out to our heat winner, Evan Holt, getting the job done here in 450 Heat 2. Hey, we're going to send you guys to a quick commercial break. Thanks to our sponsors for supporting us all season long. We'll be back on the other side of this break with more Underground RC Supercross.
you been to the area's premier radio-controlled hobby shop and raceway? Underground Raceway and Hobbies in Great Northern Mall has 2 indoor tracks for racing at every experience level. Don't have your own car? No problem. You can rent one from us. When you're ready to get your own, we've got an on-site hobby shop with everything you need, including all the popular brands. Underground Raceway and Hobbies has kits for land, sea, and air. Cars, boats, planes, you name it. Come see us next to Dick's in the Great Northern Mall in Clay.
All right, welcome back, everyone, into round number 13 of Underground RC Supercross live here on Start Your Systems. Kellen Brower, Andrew Wood in the booth. 250 last chance qualifier coming up here next. 5 minutes plus a lap. Top 4 to the main event. Everybody else going home early. And one name who absolutely does not want to be going home early is Ryan Chowsey. 44 points down in the championship, so already just barely hanging on if there is even any hope left. And if he does not make the main event tonight, well, I would assume it is all but over. So we'll see how he fares getting off the gate from that far inside line. Nicholas Beckstead in the middle. It is time for the last chance qualifiers here in Nashville. Let's have some fun, shall we? Let's drop the gate. Pretty good launch up the inside. 82 of Elliott Person's going to push everyone out and get there first. Does he get the whole shot? Chowsey inside gets a nose side by side with Elliott Person through this first rhythm section. And Person's going to take the lead, but Chowsey did just what he needed to do, Andrew Wood.
Yeah, look at this. Just riding bar to bar through the whoops right there. Person slightly better drive. Has the outside, but a better angle to get into that rut. These two super close off the start and a pretty clean start compared to what we've seen for the rest of the 250 class here tonight. This track is fresh, though. Those ruts aren't broken in, so see if anyone makes a mistake trying to kind of push too hard going into it. Elliott Person electing to go inside. Ooh, and a big mistake from Chowsey, who cases it. I mean, who cares if you're in the lead? Just go through the main event.
Yeah, just try to hold on to this 2 spot. Yeah, you don't want to miss the main event here tonight as Jack Gatlin's going for the big boy lines right behind Chowsey. Pulls up alongside of him at the end of the straightaway. Chowsey, defensive inside move, holds on to P2 as they continue their fight. Meanwhile, 4th place is contentious. Chase Williams had it, lays it down, and George Cosenza goes by. Oh, Devin Cook gets into the side of him, shorts the triple. Cosenza off the track. Coming into the fight out of nowhere is Carl Novak as well. So Novak on the 156 is up here as well. He's trying to get to the inside of Cosenza and go into 4th. Not quite able to do so just yet as Devin Cook getting sideways in the whoops. Oh, Novak now sideways at the end of the whoops. Oh my goodness, this is just as chaotic as we've seen these heat races already.
Yeah, Novak's shaking in his boots. I can't believe both those guys, too, got into it over the triple. One off the track, one casing it, both riding it out. But we're going to stay back and watch Mr. Costanza here as he's going to try to hold on to this spot. Look at that. Got to move almost up the inside there from Devin Cook. Devin Cook unable to make it happen so far, but these two are really close. It's going to come down to maybe this rhythm section. Look, they both messed up their respective lines there, so now they're back side by side again.
Oh,
wow. This is a nice tight race.
Both of them going deep into the mechanics area. Honestly, I'm about to tell the track crew to just stop putting up sequence files because everyone's going to go through the mechanics area every week anyway, so we don't need it. It's not real life. We don't have mechanics standing there that we got to fake block. So.
Or 2 or 3 timing gates and don't do it.
Well, part of the problem there for me is if they put timing gates going across the start straight, the cameras will clip them as someone goes off the line. So it'll just randomly change to a side view camera and then back to the start camera.
Yeah, even if you have it as not the first one in the file.
Because it'll catch those cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Just a little bit of behind the scenes stuff here as we got guys down everywhere. One of them was Elliott Person. The other was Devin Cook, who took him with. And we got guys coming through now. So Person gets up still in a transfer spot. Cosenza goes to the lead. Now Devin Cook goes by and Elliott Person's going over the bars. Chowsey is now outside looking in back here as well. Colin Clark was in the spot. Now Will now takes it over. He's right behind Devin Cook. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th going off the triple together right here. Man, that got really all over the place quite quickly. I think it was just one crash, someone getting the table on wrong, and it caused a bunch of chaos for everybody else.
Yeah, this tightened up really fast back here, and if anything else happens, I mean, Chowsey's back in 6th place. Ooh, moved up a spot past Colin Clark, but Frank Jackson's back there as well. He's someone who wants to get into the main event, so if these guys keep kind of making mistakes and slowing down this field, it's going to get tighter and tighter and keep shuffling people into the transfer spot. But Will now right here on your screen, he is your final transfer spot, and he's got a little bit of breathing room right now, a second and a half or two behind him. So he's just got to kind of lock in. He's a little bit in no man's land right now.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of time in front of him, a little bit of time behind him, but a mistake like that is not going to help. Here comes Chelsea. He's trying that inside before the triple. Doesn't quite get there. Does he go inside after the triple? No, going to fall in right behind him. And then we're back to where does that pass come from? A tricky racetrack to pass on. Chelsea does not want to follow for too long, I can't imagine, behind Will now. He wants to go make this move.
No, not in the LCQ, but I honestly think if you stay close, you guys are two of the faster guys, if not the fastest guys on the racetrack. So you need to just kind of hold on to it. Will now blows the corner, though, inside the sand, so Chelsea just gets to cruise on right on by into that final transfer spot. I do think both these guys can transfer to the main event if they just kind of ride smooth and on their normal pace.
Got to run down Devin Cook, George Cosenza, and Jared Gummison, who are still running strong up here. Gummison's got that 0.8 of a second lead going ahead of these guys. Cosenza and Devin Cook going at it. Oh, I thought Devin Cook was hitting that inside pole right there, our friendly pixie stick. Because here comes, like you said, Chelsea is bringing Will now with him kind of. He's closing on these guys. If they keep fighting each other, they're going to put themselves in a bad position.
Yeah, I mean, you want to just try to spread out a little bit, or if you're following him, just kind of be the same speed. But the problem is they're yo-yoing all around the track. And there's also been a lot of issues with these guys blowing corners like that, losing 2 spots like Cosenza just did. So now he is on the bubble. But you don't want to run into someone while they're making that big mistake. So it's kind of tricky to be so close to someone. And that's where I would offer to do different alternate lines than what the guy in front of you is doing. Now Cosenza has a lot of pressure from Will now.
Yeah, and Cosenza gets the triple on clean. That could be crucial as he starts his final lap of the race. Gummison, Cook, Chelsea, Cosenza, 1 lap to go in this 250 LCQ. Gets the triple, quad, single clean through that rhythm section and opens up a gap. Oh, Will now went down and Ridge quits. It is Jover for him. Cosenza's got enough of a gap, and it should be these 4 going to the main.
Seconds. Yeah, unless one of these guys has a complete fall-off crash here, Jared Gummison is just going to try to ride smooth to the end of it. Look at that, backs out. Oh, right, Devin Cook is down. So Ryan Chelsea and Cosenza goes by. Jack Gatlin is 12 seconds back out the lead, so let's see where he's coming by as Devin Cook gets up here.
Long fall-off crash right there for Devin Cook. Gatlin is going to be pretty close. That also could come down to cuts if it stays close enough, so Devin Cook's got to try to hold on. Gummison up front is going to take the win. Chelsea, Cosenza going through. Devin Cook, 1 more turn to go. Does he make it as well? Let's see where the penalties lie. Devin Cook scrubbing, trying to get over the finish line jump. Oh, Gatlin down. It's over, and Devin Cook is in.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all you can do when you're Jack Gatlin right there is just push as much as you can to get that gap at the line as close as possible. You've seen how much these guys are flying off the track, making mistakes, and anytime that they're maybe clipping a timing gate there, you have to just pray and get that gap as low as possible. Devin Cook able to survive on the bubble. Elliott Person just short here tonight. Jared Gummison with a pretty good ride right there, but Chelsea got it close at the end.
Yep, so Devin Cook makes it in. Cosenza, Chelsea, Gummison going through. And 1 LCQ is through here tonight as we get ready to drop the gate. Next up, 450 last chance qualifier coming your way. Always good times here in these LCQs. And now joining us in the studio, got some friendly guests coming in.
Is a happy boy.
Let's see. Is he happy? Is he washed?
He seems happy.
Feeling fresh. Hey, buddy. Come on in. What do you got to say? Go ahead. What do you got to say? I said the same thing. That's what I was going to say, too.
Yeah.
Feeling good about it? You ready for a good night's sleep? Yeah. Feeling like it's time to go to bed? You want to say it one more time? Go ahead. One more time. Yeah, good job, buddy. I love you. Get some good sleep, okay?
See you, buddy.
Little man joining the booth.
Do you think Aaron Robertson would like his trucking pajamas right there? Just a bunch of tractors and trucks.
Is Aaron Robertson a trucker?
Isn't he?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Who's the ones that play all the farm equipment game too? Farming Simulator.
Aaron Anderson.
Aaron and Storms, right? Or Factory?
Storms, yeah.
Shout out all you guys.
Aaron Robertson
Shout out J-Gas.
He did race sim like a decade
Aaron's
ago.
Aaron RR2, I think.
Yeah,
Robertson. He's
RR2,
somewhere.
He's somewhere.
He's in like one of our group chats or Discords or something. So shout out him. Shout out Jared Gaskew. He will be in Nashville and I will not this week. And I'm disappointing a lot of people by not being there. So very sad.
Man, y'all in chat are quiet tonight. What's going on with everybody? We got some people hanging out on Twitch and YouTube. Over almost 300 people on YouTube up in here. You guys are quiet tonight.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
I know. Up in her. We got an LCQ coming up. You gotta be excited out here. Saru's working on some skins. We got M Moon. He's here. He's dialed. He's excited. I'm excited. LCQs are fun, man. Dominic's trying to solve 3D printer problems while watching.
Straight up not having a good time, I'm sure.
Not having a good time.
Aaron Robertson. He also is probably going to be in Nashville with Jarrett Gaskew, but he said, chill, bro. I just turned the stream on and heard my name. Perfect timing. So shout out to all the boys. Take it down. I hope they close down Tootsie's for me.
Tootsie's.
This place is the best.
Oh,
That's
man.
honestly probably the best place in the whole entire world. Tootsie's rooftop bar.
Even better than Mons Venus?
I've never been there, but probably.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not really into that stuff.
Can I say something?
Huh.
Never been.
I've been to one strip club and it was terrible.
I've never been. I don't know if I want to. Like,
They're like not that cool. I'm not.
I know. I feel like it's kind of overrated, but also like you got to do it once in your life, right?
I mean, yeah, like a bachelor party or something. But I'm like a drink beer
probably done for me, right?
Drink beer at a sports bar. I mean, I'm a bachelor. Drink beer at a sports bar and watch like a game. I don't care about. I don't want to talk to any girls. I'm scared.
Fair. All right, here we go. 450 last chance qualifier. Let's go racing. Oh, Stevenson, we're watching him. He got a great start. He's getting beat up the inside, though, and a couple guys going down hard into turn number one. Wyatt Grant sneaks through with the hole shot and triple quads right away. Okay, Jorge Prado, with your hole shot device still down, just absolutely broing for it. But he's out front. He's got a nice lead over Cody Branson, Anthony Pachone, Seth Shirley. I didn't even realize was in this. Cash Woods, we haven't seen him all night as well, is in 14th place in this one. Your 250 West champion now. But Wyatt Grant's out front leading this thing. Look at him go.
He's so fast, dude. I mean, fastest qualifier, or second fastest qualifier, and he's only gotten faster on the track, I'm sure. And just that little bit more experience. Look at that gear, too. Is that blue and pink? Like it's mixed with his number and stuff? That looks so sick.
Let me see. Let's
look at that, because the front of it's got like the 3.
Yeah, it's a little gradient right there.
Look at that. That thing's sick. It matches the helmet, too.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, Lit Kit might be going away. The Ashika boys are crushing it.
They are.
But yeah, great start. I mean, triple quad, like nothing to get away from the field. And then look right there, just pulls it in, doesn't need to go for it every lap. Maybe wants it to build up a little bit more. And he's just trying to ride this thing out. Seth Shirley behind him on the number 44 machine. He's getting chased by Anthony Pachone and Alec Horn behind them. So
Mason King wants to know, where do I eat when I go to Hangtown? The go-to spot every Friday before Hangtown is called like Shuttleman's or something. Settlemans, something like that. It's a steakhouse.
I think I've been there.
Yeah, I'm probably
in like
getting
2015
wrong,
or 16.
That's a place that when I go to Hangtown, which I actually haven't got for the last couple of years, but when I do go, that's always the place to go on Friday nights. So, but yeah, otherwise, I don't know, just other little local restaurants that I've been to, but that's the place to go. All right, so Pachone up into third, Alec Horn fourth, and these guys have got themselves a gap. Devin Johnson, Noah Bendis, Hayden Stevenson, Caleb Hall, they're all back here, but they're not close either right now. They've got 4 seconds to make up. So if you're in their position, Andrew Wood, what are you doing right now?
Trying to go. I think everyone kind of knows like your limit, like your hot lap speed you're pushing, and then you're just kind of like, okay, I can cruise around and maybe just hit all the main lines or back out of it. You're not blowing ruts like Devin Johnson just did right in front of Noah Bendis as he makes the move. Whoa! Devin Johnson though gets the drive, tries to run it up the inside of the bale, slides out there. So now this is a tight little battle here with Bendis, Stevenson, Caleb Hall, and Devin Johnson. These are all on the outside looking in. So what you do is you try to find the fastest race pace that you can run that gives you maybe a 5% chance of going down. Don't push it. And kind of raise that chance, but you need to try to get yourself up there. You need to make up time. That's the biggest thing. Stay on two wheels, but go as fast as you can. That's almost guaranteeing that you do that.
They can only, I think, hope at this point that something happens to these guys up here. Pachon holding it down in fourth. Horn, Shirley. I don't expect mistakes from Shirley, but you never know. And then Grant, we saw a ton in the heat race, but right now it's looking A-okay. And yes, Mason King Cattleman's is the one I was talking about. I don't know why I thought it started with an S, but Cattleman's. It's a little steakhouse just off the freeway there, like 20 minutes outside of Prairie City. It's in, what's the town?
Rancho Cordova?
Yeah, no. It's right next to Rancho Cordova. There's another town, I think, that we go to.
Roseville?
Maybe? Anyway, but yes, that's the place. So, I don't know.
Roseville could be like an hour away.
I feel like the locals up there made it sound like that's the place to go. But also, I used to work for Davey Coombs at Racer X, and he loves that place. Like, that's his go-to place every Friday before the Natty. So, yep. Do I ever get OTP burns? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why are you laughing and not telling me?
Over the pants?
For what?
I mean, I don't know. OTP HJs? I don't know, dude. His name's OTP Nardo, so it's probably something.
Cool, good to know.
I don't know, dude. Yeah, I don't think so.
All right, cool, man.
I couldn't find Cattleman's on here. I'm trying to look it up.
If we were in the SYS Discord, I could totally do a great drop right now.
Rancho Cordova. Yeah, that's where it is. Folsom is the other one.
Yeah. Mason King says that place is whack, though. I don't know. We're just having a little podcast out here right now.
Yeah, my friend, I stayed in Fair Oaks, too. It's kind of nice. Stayed at a real nice house, so good times.
I wish that my friend Todd Gutierrez would come when I'm in Hangtown, but he doesn't like going a little bit further.
He's probably coming, just not to you.
All right, here we go. It is down to 2 laps. Going to be down to 1 lap after this. So if you're Noah Bendis, that gap is slowly creeping down. But is it enough time with a lap and a few turns left to go to try to run down Anthony Pachon? He might get here, Andrew Wood. This is going to get close.
I think he honestly has a huge chance. I mean, half a second, and they still have a whole nother lap here. Look at that. Big mistake. Oh, Anthony Pachon goes off on the triple on there, loses that spot, so now he's outside looking in. So Grant's checked out from Shirley. Alec Horn's kind of in the no man's land. This is really the only battle that we have on the track to watch. Less than 1 second still between the two with half a lap to go.
Now Pachon's turn to do a bit of the offense here, and Bendis is making a little mistakes now that he's in position. Didn't quite scrub that triple very good. Does Pachon try to go 3-4? No, he goes step on, step off 3. I think he got the line a little bit wrong right there. Is it going to be too little, too late? Bendis clean through the whoops. Pachon absolutely sending. Oh, look at this. Bendis to the outside, Pachon to the inside. This is going to get good. Pachon's kind of nailing these sections.
Yeah, he was ripping right there. Grant took the win over Shirley there.
Pachon's not close enough in the final corner.
Oh, wait, going inside, though. Can the triple on get him close enough?
I don't think it will. It's close, but not close enough as Bendis goes through. Horn, Shirley, and Grant are in. Penalties did not change it. Pachon misses out. Devin Johnson, Adam Holm, Chase Blakely, Spencer Turley. What's up, my dudes? Second career LCQ win to my guy Wyatt Grant. Hayden Stevenson misses out. Braden Castellaneta, Devin Ryan, Jack Mark, Jeremy Schiabro, Caleb Hall, J.R. Reyes, Caden Kepke, Garrett Hollenbeck girl, Cash Woods, Jeff Cooper, Bodie Parker, Cody Branson, all out of this one. Got to feel for Garrett Hollenbeck and the Hollenbeck family, because I don't think any of them would have expected in 2006 a heater would drop that their name would be referenced to for the rest of their lives.
They just never knew what was coming.
Knew it was coming.
Hollenbeck, San Diego boy. Shout out.
Yep.
Legend. Just like you. Nexus Xanax Metal Militia team name. Awesome.
Are we streaming outdoors this year is a great question. We're going to leave it at a brisk maybe, I would say. I would like to, but ideally, we need to lock down a sponsor, and it's looking bleak. So keep you guys on a hanger here.
Sponsor, just maybe like a, what do you call it? Like a salary
No.
or something. We got to get Kellen something. Are they doing, this guy wants to know how long did you play till you went pro? Mine was like 3 weeks.
Oh, mine was
like till I
year and a half.
till I was like trying to race pro race. Okay, actually played probably 6 weeks. Till I like tried to qualify for a pro race, but that's kind of all there was. So you just played till you were fast enough to qualify, and you just tried.
Yeah, mine was a year and a half for me. It took me a while.
Yeah, but I also got stuck. I peaked pretty early.
Cool, man.
No, my first year, I went from 3-digit to national number. So I think the first year I was able to gain enough points. I raced like half of East Coast and like scored like 3 points outdoors or something. And then I raced full season 450s and I got national number 18 and it slowly fell away to like 30 and 44. And then I just lost it. 80.
Mason
85.
King, I am at the moment not going to hang down this year, but it could change. Would be cool to see you again. Also, shout out, it's the Voland Vessel trademark that I am the co-captain of. Of course, Max is the captain of it, but the Voland Vessel, hop aboard.
Yeah, but the Voland Vessel, we have the Sexton ship. You could be on the Tomac train, but there's not many other vehicles you can be on. So you better hop on the Voland Vessel.
The Web Warthog?
But what's up? playing a lot of Halo.
Yeah. The Deegan Did. It's criminal. Sorry, that's criminal.
That's
you can't be saying that, dude.
Everyone
you can't be saying that in the chat, man.
Everyone who's a Deegan fan is on the Deegan Did, though. Everyone, there's no one else.
Oh man,
that's insane. That's awesome. Oh.
I know it's the web wagon. I'm just joking.
The web wagon. There's another question that I wanted to see, but
the Masterpool Motorhome.
Oh, are they doing the Whole Shot Challenge on Broadway this year? So like when they did the drift thing,
I guess so, man.
2 years ago, you weren't there. You weren't out there.
No.
They had like Monster had like a DJ and like people doing like wheelies and bike life and like jumps and drifts and stuff. It was sick.
Yeah. All right, here we go, folks. 1 point in it for this 250 East Championship fight with 4 rounds to go. What will happen in Nashville? It's time to find out. Let's go.
Look at that.
Hunter Ash into turn number 1, goes wide and up the inside. It's Cade Matherly, stats guy. Whole shot for the 1E. He's out front with Jake Speece up the inside, moving into second place. He's off to a good one as well.
Yeah, I mean, great start again by Cade, just like his heat race, and Jake Speece as well did a huge wheelie down the whole start straight, and those two are trying to get away from the rest of the field. Steven Short actually just made a move on him into second place, but where in the world?
Braden Tharp, 8th place.
Tharp. I couldn't find his name.
He's a few spots back of these guys right now. Speece gets back around Short. Pilsner, Moore, McLaughlin, Gummison, then Tharp as Matherly leads lap number 1. 2.5 seconds out front. Jake Speece has got to get the ball rolling if he wants to go with the 1, because Matherly, dude, this is just straight up 2025 Matherly reincarnated. The starts are there. The speed is there. He is gone at the front of the field after 1.5 laps.
Yeah, honestly, he's looking good. It's so funny because I feel like this week was the first week, maybe with his qualifying time, where you looked at me and you said, is this going to be where he can play spoiler and kind of run away and show us who he is? I feel like we've seen him, but haven't seen him look this good, and he is back on top form. If he could have looked like this all season, man, we would maybe be talking way differently about this championship. 3 seconds in 2 laps is what Cade Matherly has over the rest of the field. Now it's up to over 4 seconds, and it is Jake Speece, who's a championship contender, right behind him. Blows the corner.
Front end over the rut, and down he goes. That's going to give his championship nemesis an advantage, but now Tharp is down. As they were trying to avoid Speece, Tharp got caught up in the melee, and his front wheel got taken out. He's down again. He's back to 14th place. Wow, so Speece kind of caused some chaos himself, but then it drastically affects his championship counterpart maybe the most.
And that's insane. I mean, Wow. I'm just looking at the points or trying to do points in my head. Every time I look down at timing and scoring to see where Spieth and where Braden Tharp are at, Braden Tharp, he's lost some spots from earlier on, but every time that Spieth has a little shakeup at the front, it's helping him out a lot. And I just realized so they're tripling over like a banana that's there. So if they go double, they really have to go double off. I thought that was a big one every time or every lap earlier. So impressive to see that. Braden Tharp, let's see how he can settle into this racetrack and start kind of clicking people off here.
Is this just an off night for the 9 here? Because again, we go back to the heat race. It wasn't very good. It took him till the very end to even make it in. Now a so-so start in the main. Obviously, Gate Pick didn't help. He's back into the top 10, getting around Ben Nerona, who's on the deck right there. But this could be a bit of a crack in the armor, if you will, from Tharp, who's been nothing but outstanding when it comes to raw speed. But the starts are starting to falter, and it's really hurting his case.
I mean, the starts are a problem. What's weird, though, to me, Kellen, is he looked pretty good last week at the Showdown. But 2 weeks before that is when he had another night like this where he finished like 14th place and allowed Jake Spieth to kind of close up the championship. And honestly, I thought he fixed it last week, but now we're seeing what we saw 2 weeks ago. So I don't think I have an answer for that question, Kellen, because I think maybe this is just how he's going to try to win this championship, is one good week, one bad week, but he's eventually going to have a week bad enough to where it bites him as long as Jake Spieth is consistent.
Crack open a Twisted Tea, because I don't know, man, either. We'll see what happens with Tharp as he moves up into 9th place, gets around George Cosenza and Hunter Ash, Jared Gummison, Noah McLaughlin still separating he and Jake Spieth. Spieth's into the top 5 now, working on Tyler Moore. Still short and Pilsner ahead of these guys as Matherly is absolutely laying it down out front. 10-second lead, not even 5 minutes into this race yet. Matherly's so gone at the front. Unbelievable to see the speed the 1E is possessing here in Nashville. But now if you're Spieth, you know Tharp is a bit down and out. You had a mistake yourself that already cost you some time. Are you playing a bit cautious here, or do you want to try to send and get into the second position to maximize your points haul?
I mean, I think he needs to play it cautious, because if he does that, he has the speed. No offense to Pilsner, Steven Short, and Tyler Moore ahead of him, but he has the speed to beat these guys without pushing the limit. He doesn't need to go up and beat Cade Matherly. He's got a 10-second lead. You can just get those 4 seconds down to where you're in second place. And then, hey, one fall-off crash from Matherly means that you're now up into it. So just right there, got one more position, and now he's on the rear end of Steven Short. He'll have a big gap to Pilsner, but he's just got to keep clicking off laps here. I don't think you need to push it at all, especially with Braden Tharp being behind you.
Look at this inside move, going to get the pass done on Steven Short up into 3rd place. Tharp into 7th, by the way, in the background, so we'll try to keep tabs on that. Meanwhile, great ride here for Joseph Pilsner. Nexus Xanax Metal Militia number 65 program holding down the 2 spot. It would be basically a race win on any other night, because Cade Matherly has not been his normal self, but he is back with a vengeance. And now Pilsner is going to have to deal with Jake Spieth closing the gap down. How tough is this if you're Pilsner here? You got nothing in front of you to really chase, because it's clear racetrack. You almost feel like you're maybe leading the race, but 13 seconds up the road is actually the leader.
Yeah, I feel like it's weird because you don't have someone to kind of pace yourself off of. Maybe the gap behind you with someone letting you know, but you can't see it kind of going down on your pit board. And just like this, he's getting caught by Spieth. I think it's hard to kind of find that top level pace. You want to play it safe. You don't want to go down. But look at that. Playing it safe, still making small mistakes here is going to allow Jake Spieth to get right on his rear end. But you also, you need to play it safe, because one crash from Cade and you're right back on him. So you don't want to fall yourself and ruin a second place. You'd almost rather get caught from behind and then have to kind of fight. I think you do settle into a pace. But Pilsner is slowing down a lot, and Spieth isn't able to get completely behind him. Problem is, Braden Tharp is coming.
Dylan Bollinger going a lap down there on the 70. Nicely done to get out of the way and let these guys have their fight. But here comes Jake Spieth scrubbing the finish line jump to the inside. Beautiful pass by the 15. Let's see if he holds it side by side to the next rhythm straightaway here as up the inside. Pilsner's trying to make a pass back. Look at that. Spieth swings wide and Pilsner leaves the door open for him. Oh, look at how does this come out of this corner side by side. Oh, they get into each other, and Pilsner's down, and Spieth is down.
And look
I
at Braden
thought for
Tharp.
sure that Pilsner would leave him some room, but he left him absolutely nothing, took him to the bales, and Spieth gets affected by it.
Yeah, look at this. Now everyone's kind of all shaken up here. Other riders going down. Pilsner's, it's kind of his fault. He was on the inside, but someone's got to back off there. I don't really know, actually. Maybe that was Spieth's fault. But so now these guys are both kind of heart rate up a little bit. They lost a bunch of spots. And if you're Jake Spieth, now you're losing points to Braden Tharp, who was down in 15th while you were up inside the top 3. And yeah, I think he's getting shaken up. Man, OTP Nando want to know, how will that crash affect Mason Miller's Padres legacy?
It's going to hurt it for sure, especially that run to the Cy Young that he's absolutely going to clap this year. But we'll see.
He's so good. He throws so hard.
He is so good. We'll see what Jake Spieth is able to do from here. He and Pilsner are still going at it. He hasn't cleared him yet, but this time he's going to get the rhythm section clean and finally break free. So he's back into 5th. Noah McLaughlin in 4th, and then Tharp did get around into 3rd. Timor, was that him down? No, it was not. So Timor still up ahead as Tharp actually kind of jumps off the track right there for a quick second. Tyler Moore in a second position, absolutely laying it down on the 331 right now. But here comes Braden Tharp on the 9. He wants a piece of this and those 22 points on offer.
Yeah, what's crazy is once you get past Timor right here, who's having an amazing ride, there's another 25 seconds to Cade Matherly in the lead, and the race is just over halfway. Did Tyler Moore have a great race last week? I feel like I've been seeing his name a lot more lately, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just recognizing him more, but I don't want to, if this is one of his best rides, if not his best ride ever, I don't want to shy away from that. He's holding off Braden Tharp for a long time, but Braden Tharp along the inside.
Oh, the jump to the outside by Timor gives some room to Tharp, and he makes it happen. Timor cuts back underneath, but it's not there for the good. Tharp in the second place around Tyler Moore. 15 seconds up ahead is Cade Matherly. Let's see what he does eating into that race lead. Spieth is trying to go with him. It is a 3-second gap up to Tharp if you're Jake Spieth, but that third position getting around Tyler Moore is critical not to lose too many points. And we'll keep tabs on that one as well. Here is your race leader, Cade Matherly, 6 minutes plus a lap still to go. He's navigating through lap traffic. He did have one crash because he was up 22, now down to 14. Look at the lappers, though, absolutely everywhere around this racetrack, and Matherly really having to bide his time getting through them. What are you doing if you're in this situation? Are you trying to play it safe, or are you trying to send it through these guys and hope that they make all the mistakes?
That's such a big lead. I think you got to play it safe. The problem is you can only do that for so long. 5 minutes, I think he can do it as long as he doesn't get in the lappers. But sending it through the guys, I feel like is an even bigger problem because we've seen so many people make mistakes on this track where they're kind of shooting off in one direction or blowing a rut. I think you want to make sure you're not following behind the guys, and you just want to kind of stay it safe, keep it on 2 wheels, because if you stay on 2 wheels, there's no way Braden Tharp can close it down on time alone. So I think that's my number one
Tharp down.
thing.
Tharp down after the whoop section by the looks of it, and he is going to lose a spot to Spieth and Tyler Moore. Looks like Spieth just got Timor as we came to the action, and Spieth now up to 2nd, Tharp back to 3rd, so now they're playing a bit of a cat and mouse game, and Tharp has to go back to work. 53.5. He had ran the fastest lap of the race, follows it up with a 102.5. So about 9 seconds for that fall-off crash. Can he run down Jake Spieth again?
You know, I think he can, because just the speed difference. I mean, he's the fastest guy on the track, but Spieth looks like he's lost a little bit of something as this race has gone on. Looking at timing, their best laps are pretty close, but even with the crash before, Jake Spieth just isn't running anywhere near the pace that Cade Matherly is. And look at this battle right here with Tyler Moore. Let's see what happens. Braden Tharp alongside of him. Oh my, it looked like he was drafting on him right there. Pulled over to the side at the last second.
Look at the outside line here. He's just trying anything different.
Yeah, I think staying away from him, though. You're too close to jump into that. One small bobble, you're into the back of him.
So they charge back down the start straight. This is your battle for 3rd on the racetrack right now. Triple on off. Timor holding his own, though, in 3rd place. A brilliant ride for the Nexus Thor Game Time program. Oh, sideways out of the corner. Jumps off the track and back on, but still going to lose that position to Tharp. Just enough time lost there in that transaction for Tharp to get by. So now Tharp, clean air, 3.5 seconds up to Jake Spieth. If it finishes as it runs right now, Spieth would take over the points lead by 1 point. It would flip over the other direction, with Spieth taking the red plate into Cleveland for the Triple Crown next week. So can he stay in this position, or is there still a late charge on the tabs here for Braden Tharp? That is the question we're going to try to answer in 3 minutes plus a lap here at Nashville.
Yeah, 2.5 seconds between the two Kellens, so we're going to have to just keep an eye on this. My question for you is, what are we looking at coming in next week? Jake Spieth's starts have been looking amazing, and so have Cade Matherly, who's now a potential spoiler in this, and Braden Tharp's been struggling for the last couple weeks. So if Braden Tharp can't figure out his starts and getting through the first lap good, it could come down with less time to kind of make up in that Triple Crown. I think it could be leaning a little bit more towards Jake Spieth's direction, and I mean it already kind of is going that way tonight. Yeah, both not the best rides, but still Jake Spieth will take over that red plate.
Spieth getting a little sideways on whoop entry. Tharp, by the way, just lays down a 52.640, new fastest lap of the race out front, or in third place, I should say, for the 9, and he is almost there. Oh boy, it is go time. Lapper in between, stacks him up a little bit. That was a bit overzealous by that lapped rider to not jump out of the way and go to the option line there, but Tharp slowed down just a little bit in that. Going to lose about maybe 0.5 of a second in that. Spieth's back to working on this. Oh, gets the rhythm section wrong, though. Man, fortunate to not legs with how hard he cased that triple, but now Tharp is there, and they are set to battle for second place here in Nashville.
Yeah, this is mano-a-mano right here. 2 minutes plus a lap to go. They're so out of touch with the race win. This is pretty much it, and this is for either extending your points lead if you're Tharp, or Jake Spieth taking back that red plate and leading the title, even if it only is 1 point. Look at that drive through the whoops. He just went Mach 10.
Side by side, outside versus in. Which line works better? Spieth sideways. Oh, and he's down in the sand. He doesn't have a legs off crash, but he does lose a position, and Tharp takes back that second position. And now he's in position to retain the red plate. 2 points back in his favor. Now looking at a 3-point championship lead.
It's crazy that Tharp is able to come back from these bad starts, being all the way back in like 15th place. He's still able to go back. Jake Spieth, he's been looking great all year, Kellen, and more recently, but I don't know if he's got like that championship kind of potential, because you got to have the good starts and turn them into good, clean, consistent racing. Braden Tharp seems to be able to overcome even the worst starts week in and week out here. So crazy race right here for Braden Tharp to get all the way back up to second place. And yeah, going to extend this points lead to 3 instead of losing it by 1.
Yeah, we theorized early in this main event, could it just be that off night for Tharp? We've already seen one of them earlier this year. The heat race didn't go too well, but now he's been able to turn the tides into the main event and start running ridiculously fast laps that helped him claw his way back to Jake Spieth's rear fender, and now he is 2 laps away from holding on to his red plate. Meanwhile, up front, though, Matherly is a lap and a half away from his first win of the season, and an emphatic win at that, maybe the most dominant win we've seen this season in the 250 division with the way things are going. I think Cash Woods had one earlier this year that he won by about 30 seconds, but otherwise, Matherly has come out to play here tonight, and some people were saying the traction back to the 2015 or 2025 traction that he won on last year, maybe that's the difference. Could be the jump shapes, could be just the vibes, could be just running laps during the week that he doesn't normally get to do. I don't know what it is, but he's a lap away from victory, and it looks flawless here for the 1E.
Yeah, I mean, he looks amazing. It's been pretty much untouchable. 1, maybe 2 crashes here, but everyone else has been struggling so much all night. Look at just all the riders down here from heat races to LCQs. Everyone's struggling with the track. What's crazy to me, Kellen, is, yeah, great start, and he's been the most consistent. Braden Tharp.
Whoa! That's a weird one.
Yeah, it's mistimed to C-bounce right there over the bar. Should still get up with 10 seconds. Braden Tharp's over a lap faster than the next fastest guy on the track. That's just insane to me. Or over a second faster.
So Matherly picks it up. I'm curious what the gap is going to be now. And Matherly, you really got to try to bring this thing home. One more crash would probably do it. 9, now 8.5 seconds it goes down to. So Matherly going to try to milk these last few corners in through the inside of the sand one more time. Inside of the exit of the sand. Lap traffic right in the way. See if they move out of the way coming into this corner. Matherly up the inside, just going to move by them anyway. And here it is, first win of 2026. Cade Matherly is back in the winner's circle as he takes it here in Nashville. And wait a minute, Spieth's got Tharp on the final lap of the race. So Tharp did something in the sand to change the tides here. And Jake Spieth is going to take the red plate with him all the way back to Cleveland. Unbelievable.
That's insane.
What just happened to Tharp? We were taking a look at Matherly.
Yeah, trying to get him shown across the line, and it's a big mistake right there because it looked like it wasn't close enough he didn't go completely off, but he must have tucked the front or something in the sand section or the rut right after it. Spieth able to get by. All that talk about how great Braden Tharp has been, and a last minute mistake right there. Man, he does get so much faster on the track as it breaks down, just like Seth Carr does in the 450 class, but still making small mistakes late. Jake Spieth came out on top here. That was crazy.
And Cade Matherly, his third career 250 main event win, first of the season, bumps up to 8th in the standings. Crazily enough, he was deep outside the top 10, and one win will jump him up there into the mix. Jake Spieth now up 1 point on Braden Tharp. Ben Nerona takes a bit of a hit here tonight, now over 25 points back in the championship hunt, even though he finished 5th place, a strong ride at that as well. Also, quick shout out Jared Gummison. We gave him almost no props tonight, but he ends up 4th in that main event.
Yeah, great ride from everyone else. It's just when you got a championship battle that close and you got one guy returning for his defending champ for his first win this year, got to keep an eye on those. Kellen, Tim Thompson wants to know, why does Steve call you the fraud?
Yeah, I mean, this is the most
It's
asked
from the
question.
fantasy, right?
It is. It's the most asked question I get anymore. Like, it's no longer, how is it working at Racer X? Or, what's it like being in the industry now? Or how did you turn SYS into an industry job? And all this stuff like that. It's, why are you the fraud? And it's because in this fantasy game that we play on the Blair Mathis Project, which is a podcast that I'm the producer of. So I edit it all and do a little bit of behind the scenes work while they're recording. Steve calls me the fraud because he thinks I'm gaming the system, which is this fantasy game that we play against him so that Blair can win. And he started this on episode 5.
Yeah.
And it's been going for the last 45 episodes. He calls me the fraud every time. But tune in tomorrow because I might have fully washed the fraud title away from myself.
Did Steve have a great week, or are you having someone else pick the riders?
We'll just have to tune in and see, won't we?
I will be tuning in tomorrow. That's my daily drive on every Thursday to listen to those. I actually love that. It's such a good podcast, by the way, because you guys are all just good. But it's funny that Steve just takes it and runs with something, and he can't just get over it, like the gamer corner. But then it's like the fraud. He calls it now you everywhere. And it's like, if you don't listen to the podcast, I don't want people thinking I'm a fraud.
I don't either.
What's funny is you used to do, hey, you're in the lead, I'm going to make it a little bit harder. Hey, you're going to do this, right? To try to tighten it back up. And he was still winning. He had one bad week.
Yeah.
But it's all right.
It's whatever. Honestly, what I do this year to really try to not fraud the system is I will pick three riders, right, for them.
In the top 3.
So I pick guys that are always close together.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll pick guys that are 2nd and 3rd in championship, and then 13th and 14th in the championship. So they finish close together. They have close results, and then I make them pick their results. And what I'll do is I'll pick 3 riders. I won't assign them to someone, and then I'll flip a coin. And if it's heads, that rider goes to those guys go to Steve, and if it's tails, those guys go to DB.
So you don't even have a harder or easier one? I feel like.
I did at one point, but lately I've tried to just I'm not the fraud. I'm just selecting guys, and then you guys have to pick them. So, but it is what it is. So
yeah, there are some. I like when you do themed ones too. East-West shootout. You get the West Coast. You get and then just pick a guy that's 3rd to 6th in points, and then have him pick.
By the way, Seth Carr can't clinch tonight. He could clinch at Philly with the way things are going, but we got a few rounds before we get there. But we'll have to wait and see. All right, it is time to drop the gate here at Nashville. Round 13 of Underground RC Supercross. Are you ready? Let's go! Padani's going to get up there first, but it's Joey Carter actually who swings wide. No, up the inside. I think the stats guy, went to Evan Holt on the 23. Joey Carter to the race lead. Not for long. Up the inside, it's Jacob Hubbard to the front as he takes over from Wilczek. Luke Sullivan, Evan Holt, and Dylan Dallaire up in the mix.
Yeah, what a great start. I mean, these are all the best starters right here. The only person we're missing is Castellaneta because Hubbard, known for his starts. Joey Carter's been on it. Look at this, though. Pass for lead by Max Wilczek. Had a great first. Actually, he was in the LCQ?
No.
No. he had a great heat race. He was up front, but then started kind of throwing it away a little bit. But another great start for Wilczek here, trying to pull away. I mean, everyone that we have up front, we got a pretty stacked class right here. But what I'm seeing is Seth Carr down in 13th. No, Seth Carr in 16th place. Braden Carter all the way back in 18th place. So you never know, but how far up can Seth Carr get? Can he win the race still?
We'll have to wait and see. It's going to be the question everyone will want answered is Evan Holt quads up the inside of Jacob Hubbard to take over second place. Talk about a guy who's fired up to try to go win here tonight. Evan Holt, heat race winner. Whole shot's the main, loses it in turn 2, but he's already back in his second, going after Max Wilczek for the race lead.
Yeah, Gebhardt just went down big at the end of the whoops there, so he's falling down the ranks. Evan Holt, though, trying to pull up on Wilczek here, showing a little bit more speed. It seems like early on, but we're going to have to see when these guys come across the line who's got the faster lap time. It's pretty close. They're actually within a tenth of each other, and the fastest on the track so far is Dylan Delaire, who's back in 4th place. So he's trying to close that up. They're only 2 or 3 seconds back. So you should start seeing those guys in the back of your camera shots right there. And hopefully they can get up and play spoiler.
I feel like I should say the word surprise, but then I think differently because it's not a surprise anymore to see Braden Carter dead last. Early crashes have been his absolute kryptonite this season when he's had so many dominating wins mixed in between him. Watching this championship just completely slip away. Probably not going to win the 5th this year, and it's not helping that he keeps crashing on the opening laps of these races. So he's back down in 21st behind Jax Lindsay. Wyatt Grant's also back there with him, and hey, you talked about Seth Carr. Can he still win? He's up to 7th. He's only 8 seconds off the race leader as Max Wilczek checks in out front, heading on to lap number 4.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, he's got to be back there 20 seconds back, after a couple minutes in the race for me to still think he can't get on the podium. Seth Carr just has so much elite speed here. And Braden Carter, man, the time that he just doesn't get to play anymore. Getting older, it's harder. Got a girlfriend, got a job, man, unable to put in the time. It's really hurting his championship hopes here. But these other guys, they're finding a way to make it work, whether they're a little bit younger or they just have a little bit better chances to put in some time. Holtzy is working to get him back, but Hubbard would just show him some speed and kind of closing this gap down. It was 2 or 3 seconds. That was almost a pass for lead. Wilczek blew the sand, and it was.
It is a passer lead. Evan Holt goes to the front on the 23. The District Designs Yamaha out to the race lead, and it seems like every week, even when their top dogs can't make it happen, someone else for the district program steps up and does the deed. And now it's Evan Holt leading the race here on lap number 5. Wilczek back to second. Hey, Jacob Hubbard is cooking here. 53.2 followed after a 53.0. It was the fast lap of the race. Evan Holt now runs the new fastest lap at a 52.5, but this is the best form we've seen of Hubbard in a few weeks. And now it looks like Holt just made a mistake, and Wilczek goes back to the front as Hubbard jumps up the inside, and he shoots into second place.
Yeah, Hubbard is looking spicy. We haven't seen him for a while here. Can he make it past the 6th lap? That's what everyone at home wants to know. He's had a weakness, and we'll see. He was always kind of in the championship fight, hole-shotting every single race, it seemed like, and we haven't seen much of him recently, so good to see him back here and putting on a charge. Max Wilczek is being hunted right now up front, and I don't think he likes the position he's in.
I'll tell you what, Seth Carr somewhere had a few mistakes because he's all the way back to 18th place. He's even behind Braden Carter and Colby Eaglin. Carter's all the way up to 13th. What a weird race we're having early in this one. We still got 15 minutes and a lap to go in this race, and our leaders are starting to size it up out front. It's Wilczek, it's Hubbard, it's Evan Holt. You've seen him battle once, you've seen him battle 1,000 times. This is a classic race at the front of the field between these three gentlemen, and Wilczek clearing them in the whoops right now. 1 second still ahead of Hubbard. Holtzy back there as well. These guys are getting away, though, man. They've got 8 seconds back to Dylan Delaire holding on in 4th.
Yeah, this top group is riding awesome here, and no huge mistakes from any of them. It's also awesome to see that when it just stays tight between multiple guys, but they can just completely check out. You don't know what trouble Dylan Delaire's been getting into. Wilczek over the bars on that triple on. Mistimes his seat bounce, and he goes down. So he's going to be falling back, and he's going to be back with that other group. Because Delaire made a mistake, too. So now, let's see. He's going to be right around Siebold.
Yeah, Siebold going to be landing off the finish line jump there in the background. But yeah, that puts Jacob Hubbard to the lead. And you know what else I'm seeing? Seth Carr is all the way down to 21st place. What is happening with the 6 right now? He's the next person to be lapped.
What's crazy is last lap, I was going to point it out, before all that happened up front, he was 35 seconds down. Now he's 47 seconds down. So when you are that far behind, that's when you're not going to be able to make these moves here and not be able to gain it that far up. I do think he can still gain a lot of positions, but is he just trying to tighten up this championship for us? Because if you're going to do that, I feel like you got to just miss the main and let us see who can maximize the points there. But yeah, I mean, riding great here, but all the way behind Joey Carter.
Well, the unfortunate thing for him is Joey Carter gives him front end lock. Wasn't intentional, but just the way he came across. I was going to say what's unfortunate for Seth Carr, or I should say for the championship picture, I should say, is that Carter and Eaglin really aren't making too many dividends on this. But as I say that, Braden Carter's gone from 22nd to 6th in the matter of, 5 laps? He's already up to 6th place right behind Ryder Bednar trying to get into the top 5. Man, it's like he got a glimmer of hope that the championship might not be done with the way Carr is riding tonight, and it lit a fire under him. Look at him go.
It's just crazy because we've seen those mistakes multiple times by Seth Carr, but he's always able to come back. This seems like it's the worst it's ever been for as far as just completely falling off a cliff here with his results. And Braden Carter has turned it around, maybe taking a little bit of experience from 2 weeks ago when he just checked out on the field and won by a long shot. Maybe he's seeing that there's no heavy names up front, and he's going to see if he can close this 13-second gap down to Jacob Hubbard, who's been MIA pretty much, and take this win and maximize his points against Seth Carr.
Yeah, so he just got around Padani, got around a couple other guys. Bednar was one of them who he shuffled back to 5th place. Now he's all the way up to 4th. Next up for him would be Luke Sullivan, 6 seconds up the road. Sully is looking ahead at Max Wilczek, 5 seconds to him, and then just 2 seconds to our race leader, Jacob Hubbard. So it's the most spread apart at the front of the field, but it's actually not as big of the gaps as you maybe think it would be with the way that those guys are sprinting early on, as Hubbard now continues to lead, coming up on 12 minutes and a lap to go. There is Wilczek. There is Sullivan, and here is Carter entering the sand. There's Bednar, been to 6th, getting passed up maybe by Evan Holt, not quite. Holtzy settles back in behind him. Seabolt right there with Dylan Dallaire. And then Colby Eaglin. We haven't talked much about him tonight as well, trying to factor back into this championship hunt. He's losing some points here tonight now to Carter. They're still gaining on Carr, but you would think with the way Eaglin's been riding lately, he might be able to make big roads in on what's happening with Seth Carr tonight, but still just P9 for the defending champ.
Yeah, just been an off year for Eaglin all around, and even on nights where, yeah, you feel like you're given a gift of, how losing a lot of points, or Seth Carr losing a lot of points, Colby Eaglin just unable to kind of capitalize on it, or if they have been able to capitalize on it, they haven't been able to do it consistently, because I feel like Carr has put himself in bad positions, but these guys, they need to be running top 3 every kind of round to take advantage of when Seth Carr gets a 6th place. The problem is he doesn't do that very often, and then these guys are normally behind him when he does have a bad race. So, yeah, bummer we haven't talked much about Eaglin this year, but it's kind of been the Carr show, but he's looking okay here tonight, trying to work his way up. He's in the 8th. Now it's Jeremy Seabolt we're looking at is in 6th right here. Got a little bit of Noah Bindis, trying to give him some business behind him, but riding smooth for now.
Yep, so Seabolt on his horse as well, trying to run down Ryder Bednar. You got Noah Bindis. Colby Eaglin still there in the background. Then Evan Holt and T-Lang round out the top 10. We're still keeping eyes on the leaders out here. And speaking of that, change for the lead. Jacob Hubbard just went down, and Max Wilczek has now gone to the front. So it's Wilczek back to the lead, the Phil Ski and Snowboard rider. By the way, it's a Phil's 1 and 2 right now, which is a team that Braden Carter actually owns. And I think I just saw Seth Carr go down again. He is all the way back to 21st place. He had climbed up to 18th, and then he went down again. We're halfway through this race, and he's made 0 headway towards the front of the field, which is absolutely insane the way that this is shaking out. And it's just getting bad, or going from bad to worse for him. Someone just ejected in the background. I think that might have been Jax Lindsay, who is, of course, already 2 laps down. He's the only guy a lap down now. He's 2 laps down. How about Luke Sullivan trying to quad up the inside and get around Hubbard? He's got that pass done. 6 seconds to go get Max Wilczek out front, and now Sullivan looking for his first win of the season. Also a bit of a possibility.
Crazy, because I feel like Hubbard came out of nowhere, because it was Luke Sullivan came out of nowhere because it feels like Hubbard, Wilczek, and Braden were kind of just dominating up front. Sullivan was always just the quiet one that's right there, and now he's making moves here. This gap, Braden Carter, a couple laps ago, it was 14 seconds to the lead. Now it's only 7 seconds to the lead. Jacob Hubbard fell back, who's right in front of him. Luke Sullivan is 5 back, so Wilczek has a lot of breathing room, but it is getting tight for this top 3 battle right here.
Oh,
who's going to be on the podium?
Wilczek down at the end of the rhythm section. That hands it over to the other guys. They go to the top 3. Now it's Carter third, Hubbard second, and Luke Sullivan has taken over the race lead here at the front. 8.5 minutes plus a lap still to go, but this is falling into Braden Carter's lap at the moment with the way things are shaking down. He's got a win served to him almost on a silver platter. He's got a couple really good dudes to get by, but now it's only one. Hubbard down and Carter up into second place. He's got to run down Luke Sullivan to pick up a win here.
Yeah, and what they need to do too is I think they need to lock in and stay on 2 wheels, because every time they go down, it's just going to tighten the rest of the field up, and it's going to allow Seth Carr to make some more headway. Seth Carr moved up into 18th or 19th place and then went down again. So another mistake for Seth Carr. He's back to 21st. Braden Carter needs to get up to first place, take this win here, and maximize as many points as he can tonight to even get this thing within a race win. But Braden Carter needs to know that tonight is the night. And Luke Sullivan, you can't, even though he's a great rider, you can't let him beat you as he's down after the quad.
What is happening? Luke Sullivan now goes down after Wilczek tossed the lead away. Now it's Sully's turn to lay it down. And Braden Carter, last to first challenge complete. He was in 22nd place on the 3rd lap of the race. And now as they navigate lap 14, 11 laps later, he has gone to the front. He has clawed the championship lead down to just 21 points in the process if it stays the way it is. So suddenly, signs of life for the two. This could be a big win and a big championship night.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to talk to Seth Carr and what he attributes his race to. A lot of times people, maybe they won't own up to it, or they'll kind of talk about, oh, it's the lappers I was getting into. Maybe he made too many crashes on his own or a bad start. But Seth Carr has just gone from bad to worse, and he hasn't been able to settle down. And he's making mistakes on his own, at least that we're seeing a little bit. So maybe trying to push too much. But the only thing is he does have the points lead to, I guess, have one of these races. But you can't do this again. If you end like this tonight, you really need to lock in for the last 4 rounds of the series, because one more big mistake, a bad heat race in LCQ, and you miss it and you're done. So
I guess I don't understand the send, because if you're watching him ride right now, I mean, he is looking very sendy, throwing all caution to the wind, a lot of little mistakes here and there, like you mentioned. If you're in 22nd place or 21st place with 13 minutes to go and you have the speed of Seth Carr, back it down 1% or 2, man. Just do the laps, because you'll get into the top 10 before you even know it. But he's still just throwing caution to the wind, casing quads, throwing it down the whoops, going as fast as you possibly can. Like, it's almost like he doesn't care that he's losing these points, because he's just going to keep making the same mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, it reminds me a lot of how Payson Johnson used to ride. Good start, you check out and win. Bad start, you struggle, you do dumb things. And yeah, he's just completely not caring right now. I think he's maybe overly confident or cocky that he's got such a big points lead. I can still come back from 21 points. It's just a bad night. But this ride right here would look really, really bad if something happens and Seth Carr ends up not winning the championship.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the night that leaves the mark on him for the rest of the season. We were talking before the gate even dropped about how soon could he clinch this championship, and suddenly it looks like it might be burst wide open a bit again as he tries to lay it up the inside of T-Lang. Somehow got on the brakes in time right there, and D. Davis, who he just passed, is like, no, man, I'm going to pass you back. We're battling square for position here, and Carr rips the outside to hold it, but then D. Davis is going to get the inside right here. Lays it down, so Carr is going to get that position up to 17th now. But, man, just throwing absolute caution to the wind. Doesn't care whatsoever about whether or not he finishes 17th or 20th in this race. He is riding mad, and he's riding hard because he just ran the fastest lap of the race at a 50.890, but it's still not looking like he's going to gain too many points.
Yeah, I mean, he's making some moves, and these guys are more, more liable to make a mistake and crash out. So, I mean, he's got a chance. Wyatt Grant's right in front of him. Ryan Bednar just cleans out Shirley on the inside. Shirley, he was looking for a move and didn't have it. But yeah, I mean, just an overall weird ride. The thing is, he's up to 16th. He can get all the way up to 10th still. They're only 7 seconds up, so maybe that's why he's still sending it. But I agree, if he settled down earlier, you eliminate the risk of anything bad happening. There's Braden Carter lapping Wyatt Grant right there and almost getting into him in the whoops.
One thing I'm also watching here with cars charged forward now is that these guys, if they had lapped him earlier on, I'm surprised it took him so long to potentially lap Carr with how many crashes he was having. If they lapped him earlier on, it might have been curtains for Carr's race, because obviously you don't want to get involved in the race leaders battle. You could get penalties for that. But Carr has stayed on the lead lap somehow through all of this, and it might be his biggest benefactor out of this, because as Carter continues to weave through lappers, he's now around Wyatt Grant, who's 17th. He's putting more and more guys that really, it'll be tough for Carr to fall behind position-wise for the rest of this race. So Carter kind of almost in a way helping Carr maintain a good position if Carr's going to stay on two wheels.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it could also hurt the other way around, because if Carter does get Seth Carr and he is unable to stay on the lead lap the whole time, it limits how far up he can come by losing that extra lap too as well. So going to be kind of really tricky here, but Carr is sending it and doing a good job holding on, but he's only about 10 seconds out front. So one big mistake, one fall off crash, and Braden Carter might put him that lap down. He'll also lose a couple spots there, but yeah, Seth Carr is just moving his way up the field now in 13th place. And battle here with Wilczek.
It was down to 21 points, as we mentioned. It's now out to 28 because Carr has climbed all the way to 13th, so he's just inching points back, gains 7 more points in this little charge that he's put on as Wilczek cases the quad and goes down. Eaglin jumps off the track to avoid him, but will take over the third position. Hubbard looks like he's going to shoot by for fourth. Oh my gosh, it was close right there. Wilczek trying to get back by down the inside. Hubbard jumps off the track to the inside. Got to be careful. Wilczek back underneath of him. Dylan Dallaire a lap down, just trying to be involved. It looks like in this situation is actually going to pass Wilczek and then slide out into the top of the berm. And here comes Evan Holt out of nowhere, trying to close in to get into a top 5 position for himself as well. So Wilczek, life coming at you fast now. Hubbard goes down. Wilczek gets back by him. Or no, that was Hubbard's teammate. I'm sorry. And Sully's right here. Hubbard's right there. Look at this battle, man. There's 4 riders nose to tail. Holtzy charging down the outside to the inside line right here, trying to make the pass on Wilczek. Cuts back underneath of him. He might lose a spot to Sullivan. Dooley's over the finish line jump, and Sully gets it back. Crazy sequence of events. Puts Holtzy back on the back foot again. He's back to 6th, and it's Hubbard back into a podium spot.
Yeah, Holtzy, big mistake. Crazy to see such a tight battle from 3rd through 6th this late in the race, but Hubbard once again shocking me with a great ride, seemingly out of nowhere. He feels like he's been MIA all year long, but great starts, great jump, and then able to have the speed today, but big mistake for leaving that corner. Wilczek gets by, and Sullivan, so they're going to shuffle up again. He's going to probably have Holtzy on his ass once he gets through, so just like that, this battle kind of reset.
Resetting the battle here for Jacob Hubbard having to go to work, but I'll tell you what also is resetting the pace here is Colby Eaglin has gotten through these guys and set sail. So now he is also gaining some valuable championship points running in the 2 spot and will actually lose a position to Carter in the standings, but only be 1 point back of him. So kind of interesting, their own little fight in and amongst each other. Look at this fight still. Sullivan just cannot shake Wilczek late in this race here. So close between these two, and Wilczek obviously wants to get on the box. So too does Sully. Hubbard's been so close, but yet so far this season. And all these guys have a reason to believe this 3rd place could be theirs.
Yeah, I mean, not one of them wants to give it up. It is kind of getting a little bit far away. I mean, even Eaglin he's just been so consistent. He's not too far away from them, but this battle for 3rd has been intense. And I mean, yeah, you have 3 guys within 2 seconds right here. So even just off a little bit here, Jacob Hubbard will keep popping up in the back of camera shots. This has been a fight to the death this whole entire race. Wilczek and Sullivan, Doolies. Again, just yo-yoing back and forth. So many mistakes out of people on this racetrack, but not from Braden Carter.
Look at this. Oh, Wilczek. Oh, gets into him and lays him down across the start. I don't know how Sully didn't actually legs off right there, but stays on 2 wheels. Hubbard's able to go by. Wilczek back onto the podium position. Then he kind of blows this rhythm section, and there goes Hubbard right back by. Man, these guys just playing musical chairs for the final step on the box, and it continues. By the way, looks like Carter is lapping or maybe trying to lap Seth Carr. Did he let him go back by? I don't know. Carr has the blue flag, though, for sure, in 13th place. And kind of interesting if Carter just lets him stay ahead. I mean, it doesn't look like Carter's pushing the envelope, so maybe he just is like, whatever, we're teammates, we're cool. If I can win this championship, that's great. If not, I don't need it. Got my 4 titles already. I don't know. I figured he would try to lap him and, maybe put him on the back foot a little bit, but it's going to give Carr another chance to make one more pass. And if he does, it would be around Joey Carter. Joey Carter's still right in front of him if he gets him here.
Seems really weird to kind of lay up, though, and let it by. Timing was going back and forth, so I couldn't tell if he let him by or not.
Carr.
Yeah, small mistake right there from Carr. So that's going to slow him down a little bit more. If Carter, I think Carter needs to get by him. Don't play. I don't care that it's your teammate. You won by 56 seconds 2 weeks ago.
He should let Wyatt Grant go right here, but he's not going to. He's going to keep Wyatt Grant behind him. That could have been another spot. But instead, it is another win. Braden Carter takes Nashville, clawing back into the championship, and he brings teammate and champion Colby Eaglin with him. I thought it was 37th, but it's 36th career win for Braden Carter. Jacob Hubbard does get on the box, ends up P3 for the 78. Sully 4th, Wilczek 5th, Holtze 6th, Siebold all the way up to 7th. Ryder Bednar, a very quiet but solid 8th. Seth Shirley 9th. Johnny Padani rounding out the top 10. T-Lang is down. Carter is there, and they're going to get into Seth Carr at the same time. This is going to come to the flag. Look at, they're getting up together. Carr takes Lang out and gets around Joey Carter. Now what happens here coming down the start straight? Does Joey Carter go for a send? No, and Carr crashes all by himself. That was 2 free positions. Joey Carter goes by. T-Lang rolls by Seth Carr, maybe to say like, yeah, how'd that work out for you? And Carr ends up 13th when the dust settles. What just happened?
You got gifted 2 free spots right at the end of the race, and I guess you have to expect that maybe Joey Carter is going to send it up the inside, or send it up behind you and maybe make contact. So you try to push, go Mach 10 through the corner, and then you're unable to get it. But holy cow,
that was so weird. A weird ending to that race. A weird night overall, but in the end, it's 36th career wins.
It doesn't even matter
for Braden Carter to get the job done. I saw points flash on our screen real quick there. So it goes from 44 back to Eaglin and 46 back to Carter to now 28 back to Carter, 29 to Eaglin. It's a lot still with 4 to go. It's 1 race distance, but does this do anything for these guys for motivation to get back into this?
I think Carter feels good, but he felt good 2 weeks ago. Beat the field by even more, and then had a weirdo race. So I'm going to have to see it 2 weeks in a row to even start putting my eggs in that Braden Carter basket. Eaglin just doesn't seem to have... They're going to need 2 more of those nights at least to get those positions. They only got like 16 points tonight at best. So I don't know, man. We're going to need a fully missed main event or something bad to happen, because I just don't think it's going to be enough for either of them. It's too late in the championship. Something catastrophic has to happen.
We're going to wait for the points to get put in really quickly, just to make sure that we got that correctly, and we'll show them to you here in just a moment. Obviously, on the flip side, talking about championship dynamics, 250 East, still 1 point in it after tonight, but it flipped the other way. Jake Spieth takes the red plate. Cade Matherly gets the spoiler victory here tonight. Spieth and Tharp, I think we're going to go down to the wire with these two, man. It looks good between them.
I think so. Or someone's going to have a huge mistake and kind of throw it away. But, Tharp looked like he was going to today and then was still able to bring it back a little bit. So, awesome ride by him. Braden's girlfriend is saying it's a ton of luck getting a good start and getting not crashing. I agree. But there's also people that can do it and have done it year in and year out. And Braden Carter also. So, it's like... Yes, it is a lot of luck, and sometimes you just get crappy luck, but someone is saying maybe he needs to ride third person for the start if he doesn't. Like, you got to do what you got to do, change your technique, because, man, what this championship could have been if they didn't just give up so much early on is crazy, seeing how close those two are now.
Like you said, even Eaglin, his starts have not been on point this year. Like, very rarely do we see the one get a lead and get away. We've seen it happen with Carr so many times this year, and these guys are just trying to kind of keep eating the points away. Got the update from Luke Scheffler, or actually from Lane Burks, that Luke Scheffler is putting in the results right now, so we're going to wait for those just a quick sec here, and then we'll show you guys the overall points. So they say they're in. We'll get a quick refresh on our standings page and make sure that they're in before we show them to you guys, but hell of a night of racing here. And yes, here they are. So your point standings with 4 to go, it is down to 28 and 29 points respectively for both Carter and Eaglin getting back into this slowly but surely. Maybe they get there, maybe they don't. It seems unlikely, but you just never know how the cards could fall. And like you said, they maybe need another 2 of these races to happen, but it doesn't seem unlikely that Carr could at least still have one bad race in him.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like so many of the last maybe 4 or 5 races have been bad races. He's just been able to bring it back. This was, I think, probably his worst finish as far as how far up through the field he was able to get. So it's got to be just as bad as this, if not worse, and probably multiple times. But I think it might get closer, and I don't think, today he was just going for speed. I don't think he really cared. He lost his composure and he wasn't able to just kind of put his head down and take a deep breath and try to get a good finish. He was just going fast and proving something, but hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
Yeah, so we'll definitely have to see how it shakes down in these final 4. Again, 250 East. They still got 3.
This is awesome.
They still got 3 more races still to go in their championship: Cleveland, Philly, and then the showdown. So 1 point in it. Spieth and Tharp, I mean, if they start messing with each other, I guess Nerona 27 back, you could say, is still fringe in it. But regardless of which, it does seem like they're both hitting right when they need to. And they've had a terrific fight already, a few rounds this season. And now we get to see 3 more of it coming down the stretch to decide a champion this year.
Yeah, and to me, it's really cool because Tanner Rogers' starts have been really good. Pilsner had some really good speed there late into the race. Nerona's also done really well. And then we have a new spoiler that can come out and win the race week in and week out, hopefully, throughout the end of the season. So it's going to be a fun one. I think this 250 East Championship, I mean, and then it all ends at a shootout, too, with the 250 title wrapped up. The 250 West one, when these guys get there, if it's close, that's going to be an absolutely insane race, and I can't wait for it.
Can't wait for it indeed, and we can't wait to see you guys joining us next week for the Cleveland Supercross. The first time Supercross goes to Cleveland, and we get to call the action first here on Wednesday night. Very excited for it. Triple Crown, 250 East and 450 classes coming at you for round 14 of the championship. Same time, same place next week, live here on Start Your Systems. So again, a huge thank you to the entire Race Factory Gaming crew, the Race Factory Gaming track crew as well, for a nice little curveball for us tonight, a different track builder. Made it a little bit different, a little bit more exciting for us to watch as well. Of course, all the sponsors that back us, Underground RC, Philski and Snowboard, everybody with the series that's always involved as well. Big personal shout out for me to my guys, Evan Holt, Carl Novak, Jacob Hubbard behind the scenes with Battleground, Luke Scheffler, and Lane Burks as well for all their help. Tyler Lang for helping to run the series, as well as Jeremy Cohenauer and everybody that makes this possible for us to come call the races every single week. We thank them for putting these race series on. So that is going to be us done and dusted for round 13 of Underground RC Supercross. From Andrew Wood and Kellen Brower, we'll see you guys next week in Cleveland. So long for now.